Hello, everybody. Sorry, was that loud? Hello, everyone. Hello, I'm here. I have arrived. Welcome to the stream. Let me load this. 1 second. Somewhere in here, I will find the stream. There we go. Find the stream. Gigaganon, and Hidden Bug, and Inkerlink. Hello, everybody. Is that what I said? Ah, welcome to the channel. Good. Yes, so, I am streaming, finally. Sorry about last week, because, well, last week, yes, it was great. I had set up everything, and then I went to go get my mic, and then I broke the cable. It was great. It was good. It's like, oh, well, guess I'm not streaming then. Awesome. And then, because... Wait, is that what it was? Yeah. And then, no, wait. Did I break it? No, I think I broke it way before I was setting up for the stream. Because then I was looking for the cable. Maybe it was the day before or something. Anyway, I was looking for the cable and I thought I found one. And I was like, oh, good, I found this cable. And actually, it was my PS3 controller cable. I don't even have, like, a PS3 controller anymore. So, that was great. And then, yeah, so then I had to cancel the stream, which was dumb. And then, sometime this week, I was just going through boxes, because I recently moved, by the way, people who don't know. And I happened to find the cable that I thought I had before, that I didn't have, and then thought that I didn't have after all, but actually do. So, yay. And then today I dropped my mic on the floor. It was great. It was a good day today. It was good. I spilled coffee on the floor. I dropped Skittles on the floor. So if I happen to fall on the floor at some point during the stream, well, it's just a matter of course, really. Anyway, so yes, I'm in a new place. Oh, it's very exciting. Oh, and I'm in New Zealand. Well, I was in New Zealand last time I streamed, but I was at my brother's house when I was streaming, so now I'm in my own place. And it's wonderful, and I might get a delivery at some point in the morning, so... Because it's the morning, it's 8 in the morning at the moment, so I might get a phone call at some point. I have a whiteboard being delivered. A whiteboard, it's very exciting. Anyway, so it's been a little while since I last played this game. Do I remember anything? I only really remember a naked battler. That's all I remember. It's the only important thing that's happened, really. Yeah, so yes, hopefully all is well in the stream. Let me know if things are not well. The only good battler is a naked battler. Yes, I agree. Yeah, so let me know if, things are bad or whatever. I did do a little test stream earlier, but it was only like a 10-second stream, so, hopefully all is well. But just let me know if things are too loud or quiet or whatever. So, in the last stream, we completed a chapter, didn't we? Did we complete a chapter? Maybe not. Maybe we didn't. What did we do? Did we do like a tea party thing? Is this it? Was it June the 1st? It was probably that time, right? Let's see. Man, it was June the 1st. God, that was a long time ago. Oh, it was a long time ago. And I haven't been uploading either because I've just been busy organizing furniture and unpacking and... Yes. Oh, my fridge has decided to make lots of sounds. I haven't done the question marks yet. Do I want to load or not? I don't remember how this game works. Oh. Do I just go directly to this? To this? Ah, here we go. The Cattler. Purple. Oh, I don't remember anybody's voices. What am I gonna do? Oh. Well then. Did you find that game enjoyable? Didn't we see this? Did we not see this? A game that one-sided goes beyond being riveting. It's boring. My, but you're as harsh as always. Considering how proud I was to have created a development so impactful that it might satisfy even the boredom-hating Lady Berncastel, this response is quite harsh. Well, I'll admit it was impactful. However, it was horrible as a fair game. Unless you make the conditions a bit more even. Are you saying there's no way to win? Not even for Lady Berncastel? Oh, maybe we haven't seen this. I wonder what you mean by that, Beato. Oh. There's no need to try and fool me. I already know. That you're no bystander. Were you planning on hiding it? You're an outrageous person to come into someone else's territory from such a great distance to work against them. You came to watch from the sidelines and probably to push strongly for my defeat. I've guessed right, haven't I? And if so? Truly amusing. That I should be granted a chance to fight against Lady Berncastel, the strongest of witches who defeated Lady Delta, is truly a pleasure. Yes, I'm also pleased. I came all this way because I really wanted to see you, brimming with confidence, fall apart and lose. What an honest person. Even so, it would be a shame if the contest between me and the great Lady Berncastel was resolved without at least one observer. You called her here, didn't you? That kid. Oh, Maria? Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not Maria. Just kidding. Ho 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 ho! I found you! I finally found you, Berncastel! How are you, Lambda? Looks like you've got lots of spare time too. I wonder... Oh, looks like you've got lots of spare time too. I wonder if it's fate that the pair who hates boredom should run into each other again. Stupid kid. Can't you see you only won against me because of a little luck and a problem of compatibility? After that, you became such a brag, and now you're even picking a fight with Beatrice? Shouldn't you learn your place? I don't know who's talking, but okay. Beatrice is strong, and she's even more brutal than I am. Just a bit. I think it's her. Oh, and by the way, don't go shortening people's names without their permission. Oh. Did she? I didn't even... But did she? Oh, maybe she's talking about when she said Beato. She didn't actually say her name, did she? Oh no, she said Lambda. What's her full name? Oh, Lambda Delta. Okay. Okay, I see, I see. You're dumb too, Beato. If this kid's in your game, she'll make a mess of everything. I certainly didn't just bring Lady Lambda Delta here to watch from the sidelines. After informing me that you were betting against me, she said that she would bet against you. You're still holding a grudge, aren't you? Because I'm the strongest witch in the universe. But I lost to you, which means I'm not the strongest. So any enemy of yours is my ally. And there you have it. With the great Lady Berncassel as our opponent, this may not even count as a handicap, but it should make for good entertainment. Do as you like. I don't know who's talking. Now that I've been exposed, allow me to get serious. Is it her? Or her? Oh, okay. Oh, it was her. Okay. That would be well. Going easy has never been written in my dictionary. Lady Lumberdelta, let us enjoy our precious time together. Yeah, I'll be counting on you, Lady Beatrice. I've been betrayed pretty bad by her too. Until the two of us smash her up and pay her back double, I won't be able to rest. I'll be counting on you, Lambda. And you, Beato. No matter what we fight over, this will be a very significant battle for us all. That's right. Of course I don't plan on losing, but we've got a goal beyond who wins and who loses. After all, we hate boredom. Nah. The three witches giggled, cackled, and guffawed, and it was horrifying. That's right. I should thank you, Beato. It looks like I'll finally be able to escape my boredom. Do your best to entertain me. Along with Lumberdelta. Lumberdelta. Leave it to me. If we decided, Beato, then let's start a strategy meeting right now. I know all of the girls' weak points, and I'll teach you all of them. And yet, Lady Lumberdelta, you were defeated by her. I won't tell you. Sun. Oh. Sun. Is that... Is it... not onomatopoeia, but... Is it mimesis? Mimetic? Is Tsun mimetic for something? I mean, I know there's like tsundere or like tsunsun, but like, is tsun on its own a thing? Is it like flick or something? Tsun? I don't know. She's never boring, that Lady Lumberdelta. Because there was a little ding noise. That's what I was wondering. Isn't she? Take care of her. She gets lonely easily. I see. So, she's one of those that are popular these days. What? As expected from Lady Lumberdelta. Quite cutting edge. Oh, it's just from Tsunsun? Okay. Go already. That kid's waiting for you to... I don't know who's talking. That kid's waiting for you to chase after her. Then, if you'll excuse me... Ah, her face. See you next game. Welcome to the stream, Domandas. Yes, it's episode 2, question mark. I'm sorry. That troublesome one came, but don't mind it. More importantly, things sure got ugly. I thought I experienced a very tragic end in Lumda's game, but this one is exceptionally horrible. Can't say I don't understand why you're hugging your knees and closing up your heart. Oh. If you meet a fate like that a few more times, it'll take a lot less than 100 years to kill your heart. Beato saw through me, so I'll confess. Ooh, what's this music? You are now just like I was in the past, when I was imprisoned inside Lumda's world. Shut inside a labyrinth of cruel fate, tormented by a witch in a manner of speaking. I am a witch who was born from there. So maybe I'm like an older sister to you. So I decided that I'd lend you my power. However, even compared to my fate, yours is truly brutal. Not only do I sympathize with you, I'm almost brought to tears by your tragic fate. Oh, okay. But please, don't lose heart. Please don't submit to Beato, no matter what. Certainly that child's game is quite unfair. I've only been allowed a glimpse of the game board. But the unfair and clever devices set up on the stage are so disgusting that I imagine they far surpass those on Lambda Delta's game board. Oh, her eyes moved. And what's even more frightening is that when that kid moves a piece, she doesn't always make the best possible move. This is where she's very different from Lambda. Yes, I have been. Oh, check them in the tea party things? I haven't been checking them in them, but I've been checking them in the chapter things. This is where she's very different from Lambda. Lambda always uses an overpowering number of pieces to make the best possible move in order to win. But Beato sometimes intentionally goes easy on her opponent when she moves her pieces. Since, when we're in trouble, we try to seek out our opponent's strategy by looking at... Hold on a second, what did you say? Right. Since, when we're in trouble, we try to seek out our opponent's strategy by looking at their moves. This creates a very formidable amount of noise in our information. That might cause a troublesome amount of disorder. However, as in chess, though a player might be able to create some noise for their opponent with a useless move, they'll still miss out on the more valuable move they avoided. In other words, it's not like your opponents, to take advantage of this, are zero. Did I read that wrong? Oh, did I say opponents? Your opportunities. Although you may not be able to believe it, that analogy holds true for this game as well. Even though those developments look so overpowering, there actually was a weak point. A weak point that almost looks like she wanted you to take advantage of it. Though I don't know if it's a trap or if she's testing us. Interesting. Anyway, don't surrender. Don't stop thinking. Don't deny any possibility. As long as you continue to hold the will to fight, Beato will not win. What's the most important element in defense during a witch's battle? Rather than trying to win, try not to lose. If accepting her means your defeat, then you definitely mustn't accept her. Making you accept witches. All of my streams get uploaded afterwards, so it's still there for you to see, just retroactively. There is no longer any doubt that this is one of Beatrice's victory conditions. Now that I have announced that I'm your ally, I too will make as great an effort as possible to lend you my power. Make an effort yourself as well. If you're still hugging your knees, quickly stand back up. In times like this, what did I used to say again? Go for it. Yay. Nipa. What? Nipa. Is this that little... Oh, what is his name in Zelda? The little green thing. It's so embarrassing doing this. Oh, it's a Higurashi reference? I've done this much for you, so quickly stand back up. I don't remember a lot of Higurashi, only the disturbing parts. Like the part with the fingernails. Ah, there you are. I wonder where Burn shrank off to. Could she be any more lame? Even so. Just like usual, the pieces Byrne chooses are pretty shabby. It's the same with chess, right? If all of your pieces were pawns, you'd have zero chance to win, right? If all of your pieces were rooks and bishops, you definitely wouldn't lose. Well, last time, right when I felt just a little pity and said, okay, fine. Let's see. Beatrice. Nothing there. Byrne Cassell, the Witch of Miracles who has lived for 1,000 years. Her vast power is capable of creating all kinds of miracles, but her heart has broken a bit as a result. Back when she was a human, Lambda Delta once imprisoned her within a cruel fate, toying with her the whole time. As a result, it seems she's unable to abandon others who are caught within a similar fate. Theoretically, she's a witch with the greatest of powers, but in practice, this is no more realistic than folding a piece of paper 100 times so that it reaches the moon. Oh. Yet, she did fold it 100 times. Okay. Lambda Delta. Lambda Delta, the Witch of Certainty who forgot to put on pants, who has lived for 1,000 years. She embodies the idea that... Wait, did she already live for 1,000 years? They've all lived for 1,000 years. Okay. She embodies the idea that hard workers are rewarded and even by humans, revered. Yeah. Though she is a witch, she's revered by humans. Huh. Though she is a witch, she does not stray far from the concept of humans. For that reason, her power as one worshipped by humans is incalculable. However, she is fickle about whose effort she chooses to reward, and in many cases she bestows her favour upon those who entertain her the most. Her immense, swift and terrifying power can make any witch surrender in an instant. However, she is often reckless, and Byrne Cassell was able to take full advantage of that. Okay. Okay. Hold on, let me go back then. Use all the pieces of pictures are pretty shabby. Oh man, I'd love it if all my pieces could be rooks. They're always my favorite pieces in chess. I love rooks. I don't know why. I just do. They're the best. Well, last time, right when I felt just a little pity and said she could start with her pieces anywhere she... And said she could start with her pieces anywhere she wanted, that idiot Byrne, without taking notice of my compassion, started with all of her pawns on my side of the board. What's up with that? That wasn't a loss or anything. Just remembering it makes me queasy. Because of that, I won't be able to rest until I see Byrne's speechless face. And since you, Byrne's piece, fucked up so bad... I was not expecting that word. I'm feeling just great. It's marvelous. It's refreshing. Plus, you may not look it, but that girl really hates to lose. So I'll bet she's off somewhere grinding her teeth and crying her eyes out right now. How totally lame. Come on, laugh with me. Wait a sec. Are you still hugging your knees? You're already like this just because Beto got a little serious? Could you be any more pathetic? So, you're so pathetic, I'll help you just a little bit. I like the color of her eyes a lot for some reason. I, the great Lady Lambda Delta, the Witch of Certainty and the strongest in the universe, will associate myself just a tiny bit with you and your hopeless chances at winning. You should thank me. You know, Beatrice may really be a cruel and powerful witch, but she's no match for me. Why? Because she's soft. Though she'll set up the board in a way that'll let her win with just a few more moves, she'll intentionally avoid cornering you. She'll do things like take worthless pieces and place excess pieces on the board to make things more one-sided. Simply put, she's got the bad habit of playing around as soon as she thinks she's won. Almost all the various attacks that hurt you and Burn look like utter waste and overkill to me. In other words, she's got a weakness, and you've got a chance. See? She isn't an opponent to be afraid of, right? She sometimes mistakes her means for her ends, and she has too much dark fun. Sometimes that even ends up creating and exposing her own weak points. For a super powerful witch like me, it's hard to understand why she's able to act so tough. Why she lowers her own chances of winning. But, well, because of that, a witch like Burn, who likes to thoroughly read her opponent, has a really bad affinity with her. Because reading her doesn't work. Maybe it's really easy for Burn to read and handle a straightforward and honest type like me. Annoyingly enough. Well, still, a super fire power type like me can flat out beat up a light, wide range barrage type like Beatrice, so it's kinda like rock, paper, scissors. If I'm paper, Beato is rock, which means Burn is scissors. Well, maybe that doesn't matter. Even though my paper loses to Burn scissors, if I was a sheet of super paper, which is way more awesome than normal paper, I could beat even scissors, right? Basically, I, Lady Lambda Delta, am super paper. Yeah, that. It looks like you've regained a bit of your color. That Beato, she's having fun torturing some piece called Rosa. At a glance you'd think she has really nasty taste, right? Wrong. She's just killing time, hoping that you'll stand back up and return. It's a move to fire up your righteous indignation by intentionally doing something detestable. Ah man, I hate kids like that. Anyway, I'll head on back. Ugh! Oh. Don't tell anyone about me helping you out just a little bit. I mean, it's not like I helped you because I wanted to save you, okay? I, the strongest witch in the universe, had my throne stolen away when I lost to Burn. So I've got to take that throne back from her. But if she loses to Beato here, then it's Beato who'll get the position of strongest next, right? Well, it's not like I'm complaining. It'd be easier to steal the throne back from Beato, but then I wouldn't be satisfied, you see? I will defeat Burn, and I'll take back my position as the strongest. It's not like I'm really helping you, okay? I won't forgive you if you make Burn cry. Okay. Tsundere. Well. That was the thing. Oh. Hello. Ah, yes. Oh, new game board added. The new episode has been unlocked. New elements added. The new elements may be accessed from the title screen. Oh, new elements. Are there now? New elements, you say? Hello. Oh, so beautiful. Oh, this is new. Hello. You've done well to make it this far. Have you enjoyed your stay on the Rockinzima? Oh, sure. They said there were new things. Where are the new things? I've been lied to. Maybe it just means this. No, why did I open this? No, just kidding. Take a look back on your recent stay. We hope this will help you better recall the events of the past 2 days. Oh, that's cool. Oh, so you can look at it in here. I see. Oh, and then you can execute them. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, never mind, never mind. I thought it was only executing him, like he's the only one who died. Never mind. Torture is meaningless if you kill the subject. You've got to alternate between causing pain and letting them rest. Oh my god. It's terrible. Yeah, because, well, this is just where the episodes are. Okay, here we go. Episode 3. This story is very obviously fictional and fantastic in nature. Any resemblance to existing individuals, organizations, locations, or incidents is something that we'll never know because it faded away before I could finish reading it. It's actually based on a true story. This is cool. We get to see it from like a different angle, I think, sort of. Don't we? Have we seen it from this angle before? I don't know. What's this music? The vase was very beautiful, rich with history and value. Even as young... Oh, I don't know who's talking. Even as young as I was, it still forced me to take a deep breath when I witnessed its beauty. Of course, it was a member of Grandfather's favorite collection. I don't know who's talking. So that I didn't accidentally destroy its fragile beauty, I was always given strict orders never to touch it. But that just made me want to touch it. This music's so pretty! It looked light, and yet so elegant that just glancing at it gave it an indescribable sense of dignity. Are you talking about the candlestick? Because that's not really that exciting. I wanted to see what it felt like. Oh, no, you're talking about a vase that we cannot see. Maybe it's that one on the left. I wanted to see what it felt like to touch a vase like that. This almost sounds like Trails music. However, just as Grandfather had said, it was a thing that shouldn't be touched. Something this beautiful should never be touched. Such a beauty can only dwell in something so easily broken. Because of that, just the brush of a finger by someone like me would... Just like how a fun dream disappears with a poof when you wake up. It disappeared, fell, and broke into pieces. I had a dream last night that I was like the stage manager for the Rasmus. It was amazing. I toured with them, and no one else toured with them, only me. And it was like a dream that I should have had when I was a teenager, because I was obsessed with them when I was a teenager. Why did I only have this dream now? Now that I don't care as much as I did then. It's really weird. Anyway, I don't know why them. It's not like I've been thinking about them recently or listening to their music or anything. It's quite random. Anyway, sorry. Back to the very serious story. I realized that, because of my own foolish curiosity, I had done something that couldn't be taken back. No matter how much I regretted it, no matter how much I apologized, the broken vase would not be returned to its original form. I mean, can't you glue it back together again? Aren't there people that can do that? I'm sure there are. Grandfather would probably scold me. Probably very harshly. I ended up breaking into tears and sobbing, frightened. Oh shit, oh, okay, text, Jesus Christ, scary when it does that. As I did, I noticed something beautiful. Lightly dancing golden butterflies were coming towards me. Rip. And then I died. The end. As mysteriously glowing golden dots shone in the air, the butterflies began to gather, one at a time. I don't think that is the same mansion. Well, it looks very different, at least. Oh, it's Beatrice. Beatrice, that reliable golden witch, had arrived. Oh, okay. Hello. Oh, yes. Oh, that's not your face at all. Okay. The butterflies kept gathering until they formed a cloud. And then she was there. And she looked like that, apparently. What the fuck? She has a sash on. What's happening? She was always there for me. Whenever I was in... Oh, maybe this is Beatrice as a kid. Oh. Whenever I was in... Oh, then the voice I gave the narrator is perfect. If that is her. I don't want to know. Don't say anything. Whenever I was in trouble, she'd always appear and save me. Good day to you, princess. Beatrice. Oh, she's crying. Beatrice. Yep, that's what crying sounds like. Oh my. Why are you crying so? And on a day so well suited for a tea party? I broke Grandfather's precious vase. Why? Grandfather's gonna get mad at me. I don't know what to do. I see. That is worrying. The master really treasured this particular vase, didn't he? Imagining how he'll punish you scares even me, Beatrice. Oh, even me, Beatrice. Grandfather was a very frightening person. And when you failed to follow something he said even once... But she's been alive for 1,000 years. That did not look like a mansion from 1,000 years ago. So, I don't know. Then again, she kind of seems to not, like... You know, be like outside space and time, so... Anyway, maybe she's like the Doctor and she regenerates. And when you fail, and like has a new form. And when you fail to follow something he said even once, he would become so mad with a rage that would make even the fallen angels in hell quiver. Since I knew that down to my bones, I couldn't do anything but tremble and cry. I possess no magic that can scoop up your fallen tears, princess. But if you need magic that will prevent the master from scolding you, I might be able to manage something. Really? Yes, if you'll be gracious enough to believe in my power, princess. The power of belief is the source of magic. Miracles only appear before those of great faith. I believe in your power, Beatrice. So please, fix this vase. Please. If that is what you want, princess, then leave it to me, Beatrice. Oh, then leave it to me, Beatrice. When she unless she is calling her Beatrice. I don't think, no, she called her, no, because she's talking, yeah, no. When she extended her index finger, a golden butterfly softly landed there and changed its form into her favorite cane. But even that was enough to give me a small glimpse at Beatrice's wonderful and awesome magic power. She pointed her cane at the broken vase, and just like a child's lullaby, she began speaking the magic words. Oh hey, it's female Sephiroth. Sure. Come, try closing your eyes, and try to remember. What form did you have? It was surely a very, very beautiful form. Please show me that form one more time. Were they words, or was it a song? No, it had to be magic. After all, can't you see? The pieces of the vase are rapidly gathering together, gently returning to the place where they'd been on display, reassembling into the original form. Incredible. See? Now it's back to normal. This way you won't have to get yelled at by the master. Beatrice, you really are amazing. You can fix broken vases like it's nothing. That's not true. Returning something broken to its original form is a very, very difficult thing to do. My magic can only make it remember what it once was for a short time. Oh, rip. But the vase really turned back to the way it was, right? Correct. But that doesn't mean the vase has avoided its fate of being broken. All I did was temporarily get the broken vase to remember its form before it broke. I have not yet attained the high levels of magical power that might be used to restore a broken fate to its original form. At that time, the high-pitched scream of a servant could be heard from inside the mansion. Can I do this? Yes. Ooh. Then just turn the heat off with the remote control. But I'm like far enough from, like, I'm around the corner of the heater to like turn my hand around the boxes so I can get to the, yeah, so I wasn't sure if it would reach or not, but it did, so it's good. Yay. Because it's really sunny actually, so yay, that's good, because it means this place can be heated naturally instead of by things that are destroying the earth and gassing myself, so yeah. Anyway, at the, oh sorry, hit the max tanks, I suck. Okay. At that time, the high-pitched scream of a servant could be heard from inside the mansion. It's really weird, by the way, streaming when the sun is up. Because in Finland it would have been like 9 p.m. or something, so it's really weird. But anyway. Okay, there's a scream. Alright, sorry. When I went to see what had happened, I noticed that several of the servants had gathered and were cleaning up the remains of the broken vase. From what they said, it seemed a black cat had sneaked in from somewhere and had climbed it up on the vase, causing it to break. Oh. I understood the meaning of Beatrice's words. At the moment I broke the vase was broken. Beatrice let me see the vase being restored, but that was a temporary thing. Well, at least she got out of being blamed for it, I guess. Oh, poor kitty, though. It didn't mean she'd changed the fate of the vase being broken. And so, the vase remembered its true fate and broke. Welcome to the stream, Ordinary Magician. Oh, it's midnight there? Oh. Well then. Is it? Oh. Oh, yes. Yes, because you're in summertime. Yes, that's why. That's right. Beatrice never said... oh, sorry. That's right. Beatrice never said, let's fix the vase. She said she'd pretend... She said, oh my god, she said she'd prevent the master from scolding me. Man, I'm really hot now. Oh, that's good. That's good. I was really cold before. That's good. The fate of the vase breaking hasn't changed, but the fact that I broke it certainly has. Beatrice cleverly saved me from danger with that magic. Yes, we get it. It is very easy to break something. After all, you didn't need magic to break that vase, Princess. Then, is fixing stuff really hard? It is. It's so hard that you broke down crying, unsure of what to do. Does that mean magic is easier to use when doing terrifying things? Oh, 1 second. I thought I heard someone knocking on the door, but it was a bird on the roof. Like, hopping on the roof. I'm not used to these noises. I'm not used to being able to hear things on the roof. Or outside the window. Or anything. I mean, I did grow up in this country, but it's been a long time. Anyway. Does that mean magic is easier to use when doing terrifying things? That breaking and killing is really easy, but fixing and reviving things is really hard? That's right. With magic, it is far easier to break and kill. That's why weak witches lose to temptation and become intoxicated with gathering easy power for themselves, neglecting their true magical training. Real magic is the power to repair, to retrieve. Oops. Sorry, hold on. My mum just texted me. One sec. Oh. What's the time? Oops, that's supposed to be a question mark. Neglect nature. Real magic is the power to repair, to revive, to summon happiness that has disappeared, to summon love that has grown cold. And it can even summon a smile to the face of a princess who has forgotten how. Then, Beatrice, since you managed to fix that vase, does that mean you're an incredible witch? My days of training are far from over. After all, I couldn't make the vase forget its fate for even an hour. I'm sure my teacher, who taught me magic, would have been able to restore the vase to its original form forever. I sounded Australian for a second when I said hour. At least I think I did. So, if it kept breaking and breaking, she'd be able to fix it over and over again? Yes. When one reaches that level, they're considered to be an endless witch. Sorry, Mum's wondering why I'm awake so early. Yes, the magic. Yes, the music is very good. Yes, so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Anyway, yes, when one reaches that level, they are considered to be an endless witch. Who is she talking about again? I don't know. Let me go. Oh, her teacher. Okay, that's what I thought. That is the endless level that all witches ought to reach. We offer the utmost respect to those witches and call them by that title. An endless witch. That's right. To witches with the power to mend things endlessly, the concept of breaking doesn't even exist. They are released from all the sadness caused by losing things and are promised eternal bliss. Huh. Certainly, the human world is full of sadness caused by separation and loss. To escape that sadness, people pray to gods and ask for the power to withstand their sadness, believing it to be a test. In other words, a human's life is a journey, searching for a way to withstand searching for a way to withstand sadness. In that case, a witch who could revive all things would be freed from all sadness in the world. Simply put, that would mean eternal bliss. I wonder if I could become a witch like you and gain eternal happiness. You, princess? It's a long, long, difficult path, you see? I want to become a witch. I want to find happiness. Beatrice, I want to become your disciple. Do you have even a trace of doubt in that feeling? No. I want to become a witch too. I understand. Then until you get tired of me, I will make you my disciple. Will you call me teacher? Yes, teacher. That's a good answer. Then from now on, learn the depths of magic alongside with me. I mean, along with me, because that makes more sense than alongside with me. I am also in training. Let us both learn the proper use of magic, doing our best to reach that blissful level. Yes, teacher. Oh, rip. Maybe it is Beatrice. Oh. And then she stole her name. After killing her, probably, or something. Back to the stream. Strum. Ah, a dream. That face takes me back. An endless witch, was it? That rank I'd yearned for in the past as the highest possible achievement was now just another one of my titles. No, you might even call it my calling card. Every once in a while, being called that can be quite satisfying. I trained so many days to achieve that rank. It's like me playing Final Fantasy XIV. It'd be a bit of a waste if I never got a chance to appreciate it. She shook her head lightly. If it's the highest possible level, that means there's nothing higher. An eternal dead end, the beginning of eternal boredom. I remember what teacher told me. When one is released from all sadness, it is the same as eternal bliss. That's what makes me think. That teacher couldn't ever have reached that level. Wow, rude. Eternal bliss means eternal boredom, and that's the beginning of eternal torture. But it all depends on how you look at it. Eternal boredom is the same as a sketchbook that doesn't run out of pages. It means you can draw whatever you want. You can try to have as much fun as you want. Boredom is the worst sort of poison which kills all witches. Even those great witches who are given the title Lady fear it. It's the eternal poison that tortures them because of the eternal bliss they've reached. Huh. Interesting. Now that I've earned the name of Endless Witch, I truly wish I could speak with teacher again. Is happiness really what lay at the end of our training? And just what is happiness? I wish I could talk with her about that now. Training has no end. When you think you've reached the eternal level, that's exactly the time to bemoan your own immaturity. I recalled those words as though she'd answered me directly. I see. So I'm immature, am I? How amusing. How truly amusing. Yeah, that. I didn't see how it could be Beatrice. Didn't it say Beatrice was 1,000 years old? That's what I said before. But then I was saying that, like, she could be, like she kind of exists outside time and space, so. Maybe. It sounded, because she's created this time loop, so. Yeah. I don't know. Is it very Agatha Christie? All I know about Agatha Christie is what I've seen in Doctor Who, so I know very little about Agatha Christie. The sound of, except that they were like mystery novels, but that's all that I really know. The sound of pain, I don't really know what it was like what the style was or whatever. The sound of painfully shrill laughter rang out. It was coming from my furniture. Only Doctor Who? What? Did they break their toy again? Oh, right, your furniture, right. Beatrice Summer. This guy stopped moving again. And I haven't had nearly enough fun yet. What a pathetic man. Oh my god, what were you doing to him? But I haven't gotten a chance to play at all yet. Let me play. Let me play. Be silent, filth. If you keep devouring him like starving dogs, of course he'll keep breaking right away, no matter how well Beatrice Summer fixes him up. Oh my god, there's so many of them. You broke him the most, Satan Nair. You just don't know what holding back means. My mind is going to a very bad place. My apologies, Beatrice Summer. Please forgive my stupid little sisters. Is she running or something? Is that why her hair's like that? I feel like their arms are too short for the rest of their body. I just noticed that they have belly buttons. Okay. Fix him quickly! I'm next. I'm next. Fix him quickly. I'm next. It doesn't fit her face. Ah, must you keep up that infernal racket? A single yell was all it took to make the... she like turned into a man for a second. A single yell was all it took to make the noisy sisters of the Seven Stakes vanish. All they do is mess around, having as much fun as they want breaking him. They only come to me to clean up afterwards. Truly, this furniture never leaves me bored. Once the furniture hid themselves, all that remained... all that remained was a sloppy mess. Ugh. The last remnants of a broken toy. It had no form anymore. It's hard even for me to remember its original form in this state. Better to make it remember for itself, perhaps. Oh well. I waved my golden pipe. Then I spoke. I chanted. I made it remember. Come, try to remember. What form did you have? After all, right now you pretty much look like a huge lump of scrap meat. I've no idea which part is your arm and which is your leg. Unless you remember, I won't even be able to recall your face. By the power of magic, the pitiful pieces of meat began to remember what their form had been. Which part should go with which part, and where should join with where. That's right, just like that. No, you should be a finger on the left hand. That's the right hand. That's it. Good. Good morning. Have you woken up, Ushiramiya Battler? How ironic that your true nightmare begins after you awaken. If you would just accept that I am a witch, you'll quickly wake up from this nightmare, and I'll send you to heaven. I am the king of Mount Purgatory. There's no escape from this hell without my approval. Didn't he accept that she was a witch in the last one, and then she tormented him forever? You call this hell? That's just useless. It's all useless. I'm impressed you can still talk like that after experiencing the pain of death not once, like any normal human, but more times than I could count with all of my fingers. This is why I never get bored. I never get bored of you. Can you hear my spacebar? Click, click, click. Is it nice ASMR for you? Yeah, no. Yep, no boredom problem here. After all, I get my pick of those massive tit-near-chans with the dazzling asses in my harem. What? Okay. That's a very confusing sentence. Thanks to that, I'm not likely to get bored for a while now. Ooh, that's splendid. Otherwise, I would get bored too. So, my furniture. Because I can use the mouse instead, but it's like gives me more carpal tunnel to have my hand resting on my mouse doing nothing but pressing the left mouse button. So, my furniture. I fixed him so you can play as much as you want. Thank you very much. Yeah, all mine. I told you, your turn's over. I'm next. Get away from him. Wah! Wonderful, isn't it, Battler Girl? Look how popular you are. popular guys have it rough. Get in line, freaks. If you just stayed obedient instead of acting tough, this would go much easier. Nah, he's good like this. His screams feel so much better. Okay, let's not break him so quickly this time. Did you all hear me? You aren't running this show. Batlican, let's continue where we left off, okay? After they locked Jessica-chan's room with the master key, how did they return the key to the corpse's pocket, which was inside the room? Well, maybe... That's it. They used a fishing line or something, sending just the key into the room through the crack of the door. Yeah, that sounds... Wrong! So naive. Of all the doors that exist in the Rockenjima, none has a crack through which a key can slip. He was wrong. Right? Right? Okay, this time it's me. My turn. Where should I strike? Me! Back of the hand! No fair! What is that? Okay then, I've got the back of his other hand. I'll take the tip of his nose. Oh, I see what we're looking at. Why? Why? Let me do it too. Let me strike too. Ah. Don't be so slow, Levianair. We've always done first come, first served. Okay, I'll take the top of his foot. Ooh, the top of his foot. Ah. Me too, me too. Oh, it's because she said take. It sounded like they were like taking it off. I'll take his shoulder, okay? You're sisters, right? Play nice with each other, okay? I can't believe you're still resisting. Why haven't you realized that your false courage actually gets us fired up? Sorry, but false courage and being stubborn are my specialties. No matter how you will try to confuse the issues, I definitely won't accept witches and magic. Even though you can't explain anything with human tricks. Are you stupid? Know your place. It's okay. We don't have to force him to accept it. Soon he'll want to accept it so hard he'll start crying. Even now, he really wants to kneel down on the ground pitifully and beg our forgiveness. Ah. Ah, he's broken already. Beatrice-sama. Ah, well. Since they know I can revive him over and over, my furniture won't even hesitate to break him. Good grief. Giving eternal rebirth and eternal death at will. Before the endless witch Beatrice, all death in life has no meaning. Even death can't become the key to escape from my cage. Come, battler. Remember your original form again. I'll toy with you to my heart's content. Understand? Oh, jeez, face. I see, I see. How truly pleasant to have a toy to play with for all eternity. Ah, could this be the endless bliss witches gain at the endless level? I see, I see. Yes, this bliss certainly is amusing. Yeah, that sound. I'll revive you over and over, kill you over and over. Let's see, what kind of murder play will unfold on the next game board? Come, bring it in. Let the next game begin, Nishiromiya battler. Beatrice's faces. Beatrice faces. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, goodness. Ah, it's a good song. Oh, it's so good. I love the song so much. Oh yes, that's right, the old faces. Yeah. It's been a while since we last saw the opening. The only thing is, I have to be a bit more mindful of the fact that I have neighbours. Because although I had neighbours before, I was in an apartment building, and Finnish apartments are very quiet. You usually can't hear your neighbours at all. And although I can't hear mine very often, still, I'm just very conscious of the fact there are people living in houses with thin walls around me. So I have to be a little careful of screaming too much, just in case people think I'm dying or killing someone. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my text. Hold on, sorry. Oops. Okay. George looks like Harry Potter. He looks like, oh, who does he remind me of there? He reminds me of James, I think. More than Harry Potter. Although, did James have glasses? I don't remember. I'm guessing Beatrice made Bella remember, yes, this is where my butt goes. Yes, I'm sure. Dang. Too bad Aniki hates cigarettes so much. Sorry. She's been pretty grumpy since last night. Please don't hold it against her. Rudolph and Hideyoshi went out onto the deck and took out some cigarettes. Eva had always hated the smell of cigarettes, but when she was in a bad mood, she got even more sensitive to them. I also hate the smell of cigarettes, so I'm with her on that. I'm kind of surprised. I would have expected her to smoke, though. I don't know why, she just seems the type. When they decided to smoke casually until they reached the island, the two of them had gotten yelled at and chased out onto the deck. Eesh. Ah, that's better. Butler. Hideyoshi tried to use his lighter, but the strong winds gave him some trouble. Rudolph took out a Zippo with a small gesture and let Hideyoshi borrow the flame. When did you start smoking cigarettes, Hideyoshi-san? Oh, when did you start smoking cigarettes, Hideyoshi-san? Just after the war. In the beginning, I was rolling him. Then I started using what I sold. That's terrible. So you were already smoking when you met Aniki? I bet she's always telling you to stop. I never listened to her, so she's already completely given up on that. Men gotta be stubborn, times like these. What does that mean? Hideyoshi laughed heartily, but Rudolph snickered. After being scolded by Eva, they escaped to the deck together with their tails between their legs. There was little doubt who had got in her way in that exchange. She isn't usually so short-tempered. I don't know who's talking, because either of them could have the same knowledge. In fact, she's usually a more gentle, quiet woman. Every year she changes when this day comes. Is that so? To me, she looks just like the Anarchy we've all known so long. That's just it. She's back to being Eva of the Usurumiya family. But that ain't the Eva I know. Good, I got their voices right, alright. Well, I know why she's grumpy. This family conference is gonna be a pain. Got that right. There's that plan to threaten money out of Kraus Nissan. We may call it a family conference, but it's gonna be just a sibling fight at this rate. Before the family conference, 3 of the siblings had made a secret pact without Kraus. They were all facing urgent situations and needed a lot of money fast. And the only one they could turn to was Kraus, who spoke for the Usurumiya head now that Kenzo spent his time shut up in his study. For a long time now, they'd vaguely sensed that Kraus was taking advantage of the fact that Kenzo had lost interest in his own wealth, and they suspected that he'd started embezzling that wealth to suit his own purposes. Despite being disgusted by this, they'd turned a blind eye to it while everything was still going smoothly for them. But now that they needed money, they really couldn't afford to let it slide. Eva had asked Rudolph and Rosa to form an alliance, and they were now scheming to take that money away from Kraus. Rudolph-kun, both you and I are company presidents. We are responsible for the livelihood of our employees. Rosa's a president too. Well, as a hobby. That's right, sorry. Basically, we've all got responsibilities. Now that I've thrown down the gauntlet in front of the executive board, I've got to bring in the money, even if it means getting down on my knees or drinking mud. Ooh. Same here. I can't betray the employees who trusted me and followed me for so long. That's why I need to get some money out of Kraus Nissan, even if I have to grab him by the neck. Aniki and Aniki have always been at each other's throats, and now she's got to challenge Aniki head on. It's no wonder she's on edge. So, Eva really has had a bad relationship with Kraus Nissan since long ago? Hasn't she talked about it? They were always at each other's throats. She never talks about the past, even if I ask. She probably doesn't want to remember. Hold on a sec, let me just check something. Okay. She's always been brainy and shrewd. Her grades were good. Her grades were good too. Compared to that, Aniki was just average. Welcome to the stream, Madam Daniels. The simple fact she existed would have been pressure enough, but she kept boasting about it and driving him into a corner. Ah, rip. That fool. Why drive him into a corner so openly? I'd hardly call that shrewd. No kidding. Aneki regretted being born a woman. Oh. So she probably couldn't forgive Aniki since he was chosen to succeed the head just because he was a man. She'd always boast to Dad, letting him see that she was better at every little thing. It's like a really common thing. It sucks. Father really is an old-fashioned person. Gender discrimination was part of his system of values. I bet Eva's eagerness to prove herself made him dislike her a bit. It sucks too because, like, a woman boasting about something tends to have more stigma than a man boasting about something. So it's like when women feel like they have to overcompensate, which I do sometimes too. It's like even more. Like it's even more so. So it's like really like, oh, stop it. Ooh. Anyway, that's just welcome to society. In certain cultures, anyway. When you say schooling for women is like sugar and black tea, the taste is dull and flat without it, but too much ruins the whole thing. It's so fucking horrible. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, my heart, that hurts. Oh. Since you can still drink black tea without sugar, he was in effect saying that there was no need for women to study. It's like if you replace the word woman with like black person or something, then you can really see how terrible it is. To generalize. Anyway, because people are more sensitive about racism than misogyny, but like, oh shit. Those infuriating words were what Nissan hurled at me in my despair. When I asked to go to college only to be denied by father. Wow. I protested that I needed to... I don't remember her voice at all. I protested that I needed to build up proper dignity and an education as the oldest daughter in the Ushiramiya family, making college an essential next step. But when it came down to it, father's and Nissan's answers were exactly the same. I'm good, Adam Daniels. A little cold, but otherwise good. It's weird because I'm hot and cold at the same time. It's like my nose is cold, but my back is really... I don't know why. Father's and Nissan... blah, blah, blah. How conceited for a woman. Oh. I've never taken the Ushiramiya name lightly. Not once since I was born into it. I've been even more careful not to take my father's name, Ushiramiya Kinzo, lightly. Oh, I've heard worse insults. I hope I recover soon. I'm not sick or anything. It's just cold. Our family is an old one, with many traditions. But it lost its wealth and business in the great Kanto earthquake, pushing it to the brink at one point. That was when father took control with his ingenious talent, reviving it to be even greater than it had been before. Not once did I forget that I was the daughter of that great Ushiramiya Kinzo. That's why I always made every effort to become worthy of that name. I needed dignity worthy of the Ushiramiya family. Schooling, manners, and leadership. Even if I couldn't quite reach father's level, I deepened my knowledge in economics and finance, trying to improve myself so I could be of use to him at any time. However, in the end, father never acknowledged my efforts. To father, a woman was only meant to support a man. Nothing further than that was permissible. Wow, that's just fucking... oh my god. When was it that I came to understand that? May have been as early as my childhood years. But I was going to have to wait until I grew up before I could truly accept it. Compared to me, you couldn't have said that Kraus, my older brother of 2 years, worked hard at all to becoming deserving of the to become deserving of the Ushiramiya family name. He told me many times since my early childhood that he would naturally succeed father, simply because he was born a man, and because he was a dick. He kept on repeating that, as though it formed an uncrossable gap between us. Like the piece of shit that he is. I couldn't stand it. Even though I always got better grades than Nissan, even though I became class president when he never managed more than vice president, even so, Nissan was considered to be the appropriate successor to the Ushiramiya family just because he had a penis. Of course you could find gender discrimination everywhere in those days. No, it was even considered a virtue in that era. During that despicable time, people... Oh, right, because for her it would have been like the 60s? I don't know how old she is. Because the story happens in the 80s, doesn't it? So, and she would have been at least 20, surely. So, yeah, okay, alright, so it was definitely It was a different time. But still, it's still terrible, regardless. During that despicable time, people said that when a woman is born, she obeys her parents. When she gets married, she obeys her husband. And when she gets old, she obeys her children. Also, it's Japanese society as well. Well, although the 60s were kind of terrible for women everywhere, but yeah. But that was exactly why I wanted to turn that on its head. And innocently, I kept trying to prove that I was the most fit. However, I eventually realized that all of my efforts had been doomed from the beginning. Wouldn't you say schooling for women is like sugar and black tea? Why do I have to say this again? The taste is dull and flat without it. Too much ruins the whole thing. What do you mean by that, Nee-san? Just as there are roles that only men can fill, there are also roles that can only be filled by women, correct? I do believe giving birth to children, raising them, and I was checking it was him talking, and supporting the master of the house are roles that can only be filled by women. Unless you're gay, then okay. Are you trying to say there's no need for a woman to work or study? Yep, I don't want to have 2 incomes in this household. I want it to be a 1-income household. Oh, just kidding. I wouldn't go that far. Oh. Talking to an unschooled woman is tiring and nothing more. However, women are even more tiring when they're too smart. I do believe that a woman as violently assertive as you would bring no end of hardship to her future husband. Are you trying to say that a woman has to marry and hide in the shadow of her husband? That's none of your business. Though you're my younger sister, I can look up to you for the respect you hold for father and your desire to become a daughter worthy of him. Even I am capable of feeling respect for such noble sentiments. That's just disgusting. What's this about noble sentiments? I'd call that flowery prose coming from you. Are you pretending to be the head already? The decision that I should succeed the headship has been established from the very beginning. And yet, you seem to be laboring under the illusion that you might become the head, and hence the useless and reckless efforts you've expended thus far. Reckless efforts? Is it really that bizarre for me to say I want to go to college? Yes, it is bizarre. You undoubtedly are the oldest, are the oldest daughter of the glorious Ushiramiya family. One day, you will support that family crest by being wed to the partner most valuable for father. However, excessive learning is not what's being asked of you. What you need are gentle feelings that will allow you to care for your husband, the ability to handle housework, and a humble so much, and a humble demeanor that will reflect well on the master of your household. This is the way that I talk, there are these some dumb piece of it's a great insult I gave him there. It's good. These are all skills you lack utterly. In the end, can you really call yourself a suitable daughter of the Ushiramiya family? I have no intention of being some secluded lady. I just want to become the person most capable of assisting father at his work. Then shouldn't you do so in a manner befitting an Ushiramiya family daughter? What is it with you? What is it with you? You're still mannish even at your age, and you've never learned how to wear makeup in a way that will please, oh my god, that will please men, much less how to cook and do housework. Since when do guys care about the makeup they okay, whatever. I hear you've even been learning how to brawl. That's rude! The martial arts aren't brawling, they're a perfect way to train and discipline the mind. And when it's needed, I take more than enough care to act as a woman should. What are you trying to say? That women should be slaves who work for men, so I mustn't be so forward? Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. It isn't elegant to say it out loud, but I think a few unpleasant words are necessary in order to correct your mistake. So let me say it plainly. Women exist to serve men. Can I please press the spacebar faster? And men exist to provide for women. A woman's job is to protect a man's back, to protect his house, and raise his children. Is this still him talking? Most women realize this without being told. They realize it on their own. But even after all these years, you still haven't realized that about yourself. So I've decided to clear away that misunderstanding for you before you leave this family. You ought to thank me. This is an insult to all women. Yes, it is. Thank you. Can you kick him in the dick, please? No, wait. I have never thought of myself as a woman. I've never depended on anyone because I'm a woman. How am I inferior to you, Nii-san? But now you're also... There's also... Oh, look at that internal misogyny there. In grades and accomplishments, in everything, I'm better. So how can you look down on me when you have nothing I lack except for the fact that you're a man? It's about knowing one's place. Every day I've been raised with the readiness of one who will be head. In the future, that preparation will surely become essential. But you were different. Even though you will marry and lose the Usurumiya family name, you're being trapped by this unnecessary illusion. I don't know who's talking. What's your complaint? Even if you had been born a man, the successor to the headship still probably wouldn't have been you. Why are you so unsatisfied that you insist on attacking me, even now? I thought her eyebrows were dancing, but it was just the little... the little thing at the end of the dialogue. What's my complaint, you say? Nii-san, you're always like that. Even Naru's getting upset now. Aren't you, Naru? No, she's just going back to sleep. Okay. Looking down on me because you'll succeed the head, even though... Then she turned into a truck. What's my complaint, you say? I've got a billion of them. Grudges, hard feelings, humiliations that I'll never forget kept floating through the back of my mind. They all built up at the same time, coming out of my throat as a shameful moan. What's all this noise? God isn't the only one who holds silence as a virtue. Father. Father! He'd probably overheard our sibling fight. Father entered with a clearly unhappy face. Kraus, are you fighting with your siblings again? Why did you have the dignity to act as a leader for your brother and sisters? Oh, how shameful! I'm embarrassed to hear this from my eldest son. Now punch him in the dick. Oh, okay. And if that's good too. Not that I condone violence against children or anything. In a flash, he struck Kraus's face. I readied myself to be struck in the same way, but I wasn't hit. I don't know who's talking about. My apologies, Father. Dignity isn't the only thing you lack. There's much more. You're immature in everything, and even so you pretend like you're an adult. Oh, he's an adult. It's okay to hit an adult, I guess. Realize that it's 100 years too early for you to talk like that and devote yourself to your studies. Don't make me lament my son's incompetence anymore. Yes. I will continue to strive so that I can become a person worthy of succeeding you, Father. Justice. It was as if those words were directed at me. Even when he was being yelled at by Father, he was still bragging to me about how he was special. About how he was the successor. I just couldn't stand it. And finally spoke what was on my mind. Even though I realized that it would be improper for a member of the Usurumiya family to do such a thing. Father, please tell me how I'm inferior to him. I've tried so hard, studied so hard to become a person, I almost said a woman, to become a person who won't bring shame to your name. Please tell me how I'm inferior. How can I improve myself enough to earn your acknowledgement? That again. How many times do I have to say it before you'll understand? I expect nothing from you. Woman should be woman and just learn how to cook and okay. You aren't prepared at all as a woman. Yeah, I don't know how to sew. Well, I can sew. Well, I used to be able to, okay, I was taught once how to sew a button. Yeah, I can sew amigurumi pieces together, but I can't really. So I kind of wish I could, but I can't. I can cook again. You aren't prepared at all as a woman. In you, I don't see a trace of the mindset needed to serve one's husband, to earnestly devote. Well, I mean, it was a different time, but still, to earnestly devote oneself to a man's needs. I can cross stitch. That's useful. What good are you as a woman? Don't you realize that you're a daughter of the Usurumiya family? And yet you only want to learn things so that you can act like a man. Your duty is not to imitate crows. Don't you even understand your own duty? Oh. Yeah, from the voice, yeah. Oh shit, what happened? As a member of the Umineko family. Oh, wait, who's. Wait, who's. Wait, oh, it must be her. As a member of the Umineko family, I won't bring shame to your. That's it! That's where you're already wrong! Your duty is to marry out of the family and bring me a man who is profitable to me. Then you will devote yourself to your husband, give birth to children, and multiply. Multiply? Did you hear that, Noto? You have to go get a man who is profitable to me, and then give birth to children and multiply. Even though you don't have any ovaries anymore, but still. Be a good wife who brings praise to your husband's family. Just what is it that you... Wait, is this him talking? Just what is it that you can do to please a man? Do you think you can make tea? Do you have any talent in cooking? You have nothing. All you have done is to try and mimic Kraus, haven't you? Kraus will succeed the Umineko family. If you are unsatisfied with that, then you are disobeying me. Are you saying you refuse to listen to what I say, even though you're my daughter? Get out! You're disinherited! Oh! I won't let you call yourself an Umineko. Disinherited! Disinherited! Jesus Christ. Fuck. Father, hang in there. Please calm down. Genji-san, could you bring some water? Yes. Immediately. I get to watch this every day. It's the best. Eva, please leave this place. Leave this place. He doesn't mean what he says. I think he did mean what he said, actually. I'm pretty sure he meant what he said. I will calm him down. Will you? Will you now, Mr. Who wants me to leave as well, but okay. Disinherited. Oh wait, is he still talking? Oh, disinherited! If you won't listen to me, you're disinherited! Father was coughing pretty badly, even though it didn't sound like it. And Nissan patted his back, as if it was a duty that was naturally his. It was so vexing for me to let him take that duty all for himself right there. What? Do you want to do that right now after he talked to you like that? Just go punch him in the dick. And your brother in the dick. And then all will be well. And then they'll learn. No, they won't. If I carelessly approach Father at that moment, then I'll probably be the one to get hit next. However, I fearlessly tried to approach Father's back. Oops. Genji blocked me. Eva-sama, perhaps it would be better if you stepped outside for now. I don't remember who Genji is. Which one's Genji? Is that the old? It must be the old butler guy. Oh, it doesn't have anything here. Okay, just kidding. I think it is the old butler guy though, isn't it? Although he'd be younger now. The master is not in a good mood today. But... Why are my children so incompetent? Kraus is lacking in dignity. Eva is always a stubborn tomboy. I have no son who's like a man, and not even a daughter who's like a woman. Where did I go wrong raising them? Why, Genji, when and where did I go wrong? Well, let me start at the beginning. Master, you haven't done anything wrong. Kraus-sama has grown into a sturdy son, and Eva-sama into a lovely daughter. You haven't made any mistakes. How can you say that? What's so lovely about her? Far from a lady, she's always acting like a man. Disinherited. Disinherited! Is that all he can say? Jesus Christ. Father, that's just what I'm always telling Eva. Eva has promised that she will have a change of heart and act like a lady. Couldn't you postpone that decision for just a little longer? Who's a lady? Disinherited. Disinherited. Stop making me say this word. Go quickly and leave this to me. Kraus gave me a look telling me that. Oh, go quickly and leave this to me, because I'm the man. Okay. Fine. I'll be silent. It's great. Oh! Sorry, let me just have a look at the chat here. Let's see. Shaking and screaming at computer. Is that what you were doing, or is that what I was doing? Or a little bit of both? You birth children and multiply. You must clone yourself tenfold, woman. That's good. Did I take the wrong path? Just like father and Nissan did? True, I never studied how to be a lady. Everything I've learnt was done in the hopes that I could help the hopes that I could become America's next top model, that I could help father someday. But is that really true? Haven't I always been trying to compete with Nissan, with whom I've had a bad relationship since I was a young girl? Because I wanted to steal his position, position. It sounded weird for some reason. As successor and show him a thing or two. Every chance he gets, Nissan tells me that men should be manly and women should be womanly. I've been tormented by this unfair discrimination just because of my gender, something people are born with and can't do anything about. I don't remember this. Well, I mean, I don't remember the anime much at all, anyway, but I don't remember there being anything about this in it. So it's kind of a pleasant surprise. I resisted, endeavouring to this very day to study and prove that I'm not inferior, despite being a woman. But doesn't that mean my love of learning comes entirely from a stupid complex I've got from Nissan? I've got against Nissan? Father wanted me to become a lady with whom he could go out in public and not be embarrassed. Oh, oops. Sorry, just having a drink. Did I betray his hopes, earning good grades and threatening Nissan just to satisfy a childhood resentment? It's so fucked up. It's so backwards. Oh, hello. That's not it. You swore to me, saying I will become the successor to the Ushirimiya family. You... the one whispering to me was the me of my years as a young girl, born inside my heart on the day I made that oath. That's right. She was my only ally. When things got difficult, when I felt like I was about to get crushed by it all, she would always quietly appear and support me. Reminds me of a certain other game. When I ran into roadblocks and despaired, she would always appear and support me. When I grew up and the memories of my childhood years faded, I also started to forget my conversations with her. I, Ushirimiya Eva, will definitely become the head of the Ushirimiya family, and I'll triumph over that irritating, arrogant Kraus. On that day, we promised to do our best together to achieve that. That's right, we promised. On that day, I promised that I would become the successor to the Ushirimiya headship. On that day, when I had been overcome with sadness, wondering why I was even alive, you appeared from inside me and lent me your strength. Father didn't accept me. I wanted to teach Nissan a lesson. I believed that doing this would let me say goodbye to the wretched creature I once was. For a time, I truly believed that my life had no purpose other than to be looked down upon by Nissan. It's painful just remembering those days. They were a wound, a crack inside my heart. What is this music? She taught me how to sew up that wound. Oh, I see the parallel there. I turned my anger into effort and improved myself. trying to become a person more worthy of the headship that Kraus was. Trying to triumph over him by making father accept me. It was my perfect revenge. I was vaguely aware that a woman couldn't possibly become a family head, but I thought that maybe, if I could prove myself valuable enough to overturn that premise, then surely even father would select me to be his successor. If that happened, then I'd be able to have the greatest and most perfect revenge against Nissan, who always acted like his succession to the headship was completely inevitable. That's right. If we can manage that, the wound in our heart will be healed. We promise each other to do our best until that day comes. And now you're saying you're going to break that promise? Scum. Coward. I thought it said scrum at first, and I was like, what? If only you'd just give up and die. Even though she looked like me as a kid, she was still another me. Her tongue was sharp because it was mine. It makes me pretty mad hearing that, even from myself. You have no right to speak of me like that. Then let's use that anger to fuel our learning. Changing anger into power is my magic. I've saved you from a bunch of tight spots with that power, letting you to succeed when you shouldn't have. As long as you have my magic, there's nothing you can't do. That's right. Anger has always been my driving force. I wonder when it was I forgot that. If you can remember me again, that magic will become ours once more. Come on, let's turn that anger into power and study even harder, okay? I know we've still got a lot to learn. Let's go to college, study more and more, get excellent grades, and drive Kraus into a corner. That guy acts like we're nothing, but I'm sure he feels pretty well cornered on the inside. If only he'd just learn his place and die. If he did, we could become the head. Rudolph won't take the job. That kid can't. If he did, he would. What? If only he'd just learn his place and die. If he did, we could become the head. Rudolph won't take the job. That kid can't go against us. Stop that. No matter how much more I study, Father still won't accept me. Why not? Father told me to be womanly. Because I'm a woman. No matter how hard I try, Father wouldn't have passed the headship onto me, even if I had been born before Nissan. No matter how much effort I put in, I can't become anything more than a woman. I won't be acknowledged. Nissan doesn't try at all, but I can't surpass him. He'll look down on me forever. Wait, did I read the whole thing? Oh no. Father and Kraus are the worst kind of male supremacists. If only they'd just die. Oh. She cursed them for my sake. Words that I couldn't say so easily, she said for me. Even though I understand that she's just another part of myself inside of me, I feel like she's the only ally I have who can sympathize with me. However, while sympathy might do a lot to calm my heart, it won't do anything to improve my current situation. In the end, she can only console me for however long it takes me to be dejected by reality before I finally accept it. Thank you. You've done enough. Now that it's come to this, I'll become such a good lady that it'll shock even Father. I'll find an excellent man that Nissan can't even compare to. You can't do that. She rejected my timid thoughts. I understand. Because she is me, I understand. All Father said was that he won't let a woman succeed the headship now. But even that's just a rule Father made. That's just a rule Father made up. Since he made it, he can get rid of it. Human feelings can change far more often than the number of sand grains on a beach. Kraus is such a stupid man that Father's eventually going to realize it, even if we don't prove it for him. Speaking of sand grains on a beach, there was this book I read when I was little. I don't remember what it was. I wish I could remember what it was. I think it was a book about, there was like, it was a picture book. I think there was some creature who would do whatever other characters told him to do. And so there was one that was like, sleep all day, and so he slept all day. And there was one that was like, carry my things, and so he carried their things or something. There was a book about how to be assertive or something. But anyway, I think on the I think it was the last page, there was a seagull. No. There was somebody that told him to count the grains of sand on a beach. And then there's a seagull that was like, you missed one. And then he had to start again or something. Anyway, it deeply traumatized me as a kid because I was like, oh my god, how the fuck would you count all the grains of sand? It's impossible. And it really bothered me that it was impossible because there are so many, and it's just impossible. And then I'm like, no, there has to be a way, because there has to be a finite amount of grains of sand on a beach. Why can't you count them? And I think it was probably the first time I'd heard the word infinite or something, or read it or whatever, and I was like, I was like, I don't know how old I was, like 5 or something. Anyway. Yeah, the music's good. Reminds me of something. All the music reminds me of something. What does it remind me of? It's like Final Fantasy 13 or something. No, Final Fantasy 13-2. Maybe a little bit. When that happens, the wall that separates man from woman will be demolished by Father himself, who set it up in the first place. Interesting. That day will surely come. How can you be so sure? Because that's my magic. If you just believe, this magic will surely summon a miracle. The basis of my magic is nothing more than your believing heart. If I use this magic, then surely I'll never have to doubt until the day I die that I'll eventually become the head. But I don't know if that's the right thing for Ushiromiya ever. Maybe I should aim to become the kind of lady Father wants, someone who can proudly participate in high society. And if I'm reborn, maybe Father will change his opinion of me. Maybe I can find my own lifestyle just as Nissan has found his. And anyway, I just can't imagine my stubborn father choosing a woman like me as the head. Especially if it means skipping over Kraus. You don't believe? I was just thinking. Maybe I can't succeed the headship. But as a woman, I can have a child, and Nissan still isn't engaged. If Nissan isn't able to father a child and I gave birth to one, then wouldn't that make my child the next head after Nissan? In other words, wouldn't that mean the same thing as stealing the headship from Nissan? Are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. True, it would be very sad to abandon the resolve I've had since childhood. Pains my heart to betray you, my younger self. But this is my most realistic option. Because I live in a backwards land. Are you throwing away your dreams? And me as well? I'm not throwing anything away. I'm an adult, and the day has come for me to part ways with you. That's right. Eva's already become an adult. She's even forgotten how to use magic. And now she's the mother of a single child. She forgot all about how magic can grant one's own dreams. And now she's forcing those dreams onto her son. Even though Father and Kraus ruined your life, you're trying to push your dreams onto your son, ruining his life. Is that what you call being an adult? George is a son I'm proud of, one who won't embarrass himself no matter where he goes. The dream I wasn't granted might come true for George. Jessica's a delinquent in both her grades and her behaviour. And she's a woman. If only Jessica would step down, George would become the heir. Even saying it is painful. Am I just forcing my own regrets onto George? It's not like I have any right to look on Jessica with scorn. Wasn't I just horrible for hitting her with the same wood that had caused me so much suffering? Ah, yes, and the cycle continues. I understand. I understand. The desire to triumph over my brother is part of my own personal revenge. I can't use George for that. So I'll take revenge myself. I have a plan to cheat Nissan out of some of his money with Rudolph and Rosa as my allies. I'll surely be able to get back at him. In any case, I'm sure that Nissan is embezzling father's assets. What a boring plan. Why don't you just give up on that and cry yourself to sleep? Oh. We will become the Ushiromiya family head. Don't mistake what your dream is. And believe me when I say it will definitely come true. Believe in my magic. If I believe, I wonder if any power will dwell in that magic. It will. I really like how they managed to make Kid... what's her name? Oh my god, I forgot what her name was. But yeah, they made her kid version really look like her. Like, it really looks like her face, which is cool. My magic can grant any wish with certainty. I'll believe. Oh, ever. That's her name. I'll believe. I'll believe. So create a miracle with that magic. If you don't, the hole in my heart will never heal. Okay. Then listen well. Listen to my magic words. And understand, if we can solve the riddle, we can become the Ushiromiya family head. So lend me your ears and listen carefully. Read it at 5? What? Behold the Sweetfish River running through my beloved hometown. You, not ye. You who seek the Golden Land, follow its path downstream in search of the key. Oh, that was different. I thought it was going to be the whole epitaph, but okay. Oh, hello. Eva-san. It looks like we're about to arrive. When Kyrie shook her shoulders, Eva jumped and awoke from her doze. I'm sorry. I was half asleep. Sorry to scare you. I never. You were out cold. Did you get up early this morning? Maybe. I'll let you all see something embarrassing. I let you all see something embarrassing. I'm sorry. Oh my god, because it's Monday morning, I'm getting like all the emails and texts from like businesses and stuff. It's like, oh my god, shut up. Like my power company and my heater person and stuff. It's like, shush. My internet. It's like, didn't you know that blah 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 blah. Ooh, not used to streaming at this time. Well, I'd say it's pretty impressive you were... I don't know who was talking. I think it's Battler. Well, I'd say it's pretty impressive you were relaxed enough to sleep. Oh no, it's Jessica. Right. Well, they have similar voices anyway. Battler kept yelling, "We're gonna fall! We're gonna drown!" Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Can't get bored with this guy around. Shut up. All humans have at least one thing they're weak against. Battler and Jessica came in, messing around. Rudolph also made a face as if asking, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" Oh, no, it's Rudolph. Are you okay? You know who he kind of looks a little bit like? I don't want to admit this because he is a bit of a dick to Battler, but kind of has pike hair a little bit. Get a hold of yourself. When you see Dad and the rest, all that sleepiness will go right out the window. Let's all give it our best, okay? Yes, it's Monday. Is Monday? That's right. We have to keep it together. Especially this year. I don't remember her voice. Ooh. That's it. Let's all tighten our assholes and go. Rudolph said these strict words in a small... Oh, let's all tighten our assholes and go. Rudolph said these strict words in a small voice that only Eva could hear. Failure would not be tolerated in this year's family conference. All of their companies were hanging in the balance. Even Rudolph's face looked a little tense. Eva's expression probably looked tense as well. Mum, I have our luggage. Let's go up onto the deck. Thank you. You really are considerate, George. Why are you thanking me so suddenly? It's not like you, Mother. Oh, you know, I'm probably going to die during this chapter, as I always do. Ah, fair enough. Eva, George, we're there. Grab our luggage. Why are you talking like this? Ooh! We're there! We're there! Hey, Maria. Stop running or you'll trip. It seemed Maria was already getting excited. She ran circles around Hideyoshi, escaping from Rosa, who was trying to catch her. What is it, Mother? Do you feel sick? George, take our luggage and go on ahead. Your mother's probably feeling anemic, so I'll lend her a hand. Really? Okay, I'll head out first. Oh! I was like, what is that sound? It's just the sound of my fridge. It's really loud when it is doing stuff. And then it's really quiet. And then it's really loud again. I can hear it through my headphones. Anyway. Something odd in Eva's expression told Hideyoshi that it hadn't been a pleasant awakening. So he made George go on ahead. Rudolph's family and Rose's family also went up onto the deck, leaving only Eva and Hideyoshi inside the boat. At least I think it's my fridge making a noise. Eva had a vague expression on her face, as though she still hadn't been able to escape from her daydream. What's wrong? Why the meek face? I wonder if I'm using George as a tool for my own revenge. I wonder if my childish hostility towards Nissan has caused me to treat that child's life like a toy. What have I done? What have I... That isn't true. George is our wonderful son, and he'll always perform admirably, wherever he goes. Eva, even if you let your own hopes get in the way a bit, everything turned out okay in the end, hasn't it? At least she's able to wear the crest. Well, I shouldn't say at least. It's more, I'm surprised she's allowed to wear the crest. I think it was explained at one point, but I don't remember. You haven't done anything wrong. In fact, George is grateful for the strict discipline you gave him, right? Yes, I'm sure he loved it. Really? Hey, really? George doesn't think I'm a terrible mother, does he? Does he? Does he? Does he? He's never said anything like that, not even once. You're just worrying too much. Hideyoshi-sama, everyone has left the boat. By the way, in case you were wondering. Oh, did you lose something? Do you need a hand? Kumasawa had come to check on them when they hadn't gone up to the deck. Hideyoshi hid Eva behind his back so that her expression wouldn't be seen. Yeah, sorry. My necktie pin just got a bit crooked. This doesn't look at all like I was abusing my wife and am now hiding the facts. We're fine, and we'll be out in a sec. I will talk for both of us. Wait outside for us. Is that so? Then I will wait outside. Even though she didn't really understand, Kumasawa realized that something had come up and disappeared so that she didn't trouble them further. If they stayed here any longer, they would probably make everyone else worry too. It's about time to go. I mean, it's about time to go. I turned him into an old man. We'll make George and the rest worry. George really doesn't despise me? Yeah, nothing of the sort. In fact, he's very grateful. Did you have a nightmare? Again? Yeah. Oh. Yes. Hideyoshi knew that Eva was often tormented by nightmares, and they always grew more marked. I thought they said naked. More marked on the days leading up to the family conference. Hideyoshi knew that Eva's relationship with Kraus was still full of antagonism to the point of being traumatic, and that she still couldn't let go of the feelings she'd had as a child. That was a dream. I'm with you now. If I grasp your hand like this, that dream will go away. Right? Look, I'm holding tight. It hurts. Thank you. I'm fine now. Let's get off the boat. Yeah, let's get off the boat. Everyone's waiting for us. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I yelled at you about the smoke from your cigarettes just now. Come on, you normally wouldn't apologize for that sort of thing. Smoking is horrible. I'm sorry I did it in your presence. You're all frail after having that dream. Don't worry about it. I was wrong for not realizing that the smoke was affecting you. Yes, that's true. Good man. Have you started to hate me? No way, no way. If I hated you after something like that, we wouldn't have lasted 3 days. Come on, stand up, stand up. Let's get off the boat. Ah, it's Button Man. Hello. Hideyoshi-sama, Eva-sama. Is everything alright? Are you not feeling well? This time, it was cheese. It looked like they'd kept everyone waiting too long after all. Even Eva had to stand up without grumbling now. She had to stop forcing her bad mood onto her husband and causing him any more trouble. The return of Bum Chinnigan. Oh, that's right. That was his name. Bum Chinnigan, yes. Cheesy Bum Chinnigan. She had to stop forcing her bad mood onto her husband and causing him any more trouble. That's also good. Oh, good realization. Good job. Good job. Because that wasn't something a good wife... It's not anything to do with being a wife. It's just a good thing in general. For anyone in the world. If you're having a bad day and you go to a store, you don't take your bad mood out on the person at the checkout, and the person at the checkout having a bad day doesn't take their bad day out on you. And men with their girlfriends or wives or whatever, or boyfriends, and then the opposite, and then parents and children and whatever, like everything. And strangers. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. People taking their bad moods out on other people. It's like, just fucking compartmentalize. Learn to compartmentalize and stop being a dick. Anyway. Yes, sure. A good wife, sure. And good everything else. Is everything okay? Are you having quite the internal monologue? Maybe. If it's a matter concerning your health, shall I call Dr. It's not concerning my health, you shush. Shall I call Dr. Nanjo? Thanks, but I'm just feeling a little anemic. I'm fine now. It's a woman's disease. God. Men can never be anemic. Oh. Okay, sure. Men are never anemic because we eat steak all the time. Don't worry about it. Are you trying to silence me, Adam Daniels? Are you? Are you not letting me speak my mind? Come on. Don't say stuff like that in front of people. It's embarrassing. Shush! I am not embarrassing. You shush. Oh, sorry. It is actually pretty embarrassing when you're misogynistic like that in public. Or ever. So don't, no, stop that. Eva elbowed Hideyoshi in the gut. Very hard. Enough to give him internal bleeding. Now you try not being anemic. By that time, her normal expression had returned, which allowed Hideyoshi to relax a little. Oh, by the way, I should probably do this. In a second, while we're in the middle between scenes, let me think. Oh, I normally do this at the end of the stream, don't I? Whatever, I'll do it now. I just want to say thank you to everybody, to all of my patrons. I finally updated the thing because when I was streaming at my brother's, I didn't update my thing, and then whenever I've been streaming with my brother, he's like, "So, you want to say thank you to your patrons?" And I'm like, "I don't have my list." Yeah. But, thank you, everybody. All of you, all of the wonderful people who are listed there, thank you very much for your, patronage. I really appreciate it. If you'd also like to become a patron, you can go there. Patrons are actually the people who chose this time of day and the fact that I'm streaming Umineko as well. So, if you are a patron, you can have access to the polls that determine my streams. Not all of them, but sometimes. For some of my streams, some of my things, and stuff. And yes, okay. Anyway, back to the story now. Thank you, everybody. Yay. Okay. And actually, I'm about to send out a birthday package to one of the patrons because they're at that tier, so it's quite exciting. I really got all this New Zealand candy and stuff. It's good. My mum was like, "This is a very unhealthy, shopping trolley you have here," and I'm like, "It's not for me." Anyway, I mean, some of it was for me, but Anyway, the bright sunlight outside almost made her dizzy. A small plank for getting off the boat was lowered, and Gordo was waiting there, smiling and ready to lend them a hand with his giant bum-chin. "Please, Eva-sama, just hold on to my chin. Your hand on my chin." "Thank you." "Welcome to Rokkenjima." Oh, geez, God, that was scary. Oh, was that necessary? I don't think that was a necessary experience that I had to have. Thank you, though. Okay, that's fucking horrifying. This game does that really well, I have to say. It does, scary shit really well. It's, just very... Because it's not really jump scares. It's just very unnerving. This is very simple. It's just a black screen with some white writing. It's not that exciting, but just the way... it's good. It's good how it uses, text speed and stuff, and, transitions to, Anyway. Welcome back. Huh? When she left the boat, it seemed to Eva as though she'd heard the voice of her young self. No, it hadn't seemed that way. Someone had told her, "Welcome back." After becoming a shameless adult, the voice of her young self was distant. Oh, it was her young self, not Beatrice. Okay. This is the same person. What am I living for? What can I do to release myself from this obsession? Hideyoshi heard her talking to herself. When Hideyoshi held on tightly to Eva's shoulders, his firmness alone told her that there was no need to say any more. Oh, this music is nice. Maybe it was because the typhoon was getting closer. The lively cries of the seagulls, which usually greeted them when they arrived, couldn't be heard at all. It's almost like Trails music. I probably say that every time this plays. But it is. It's like Trails music. Mixed with Final Fantasy 14. It's a good combination. You know, did I tell the stream to have a super short latency? Because I feel like the latency is really bad. Oh, no, wait. No, never mind. My stream is just fine. It's okay. Never mind. Everything's fine. What? You mean 6 years ago? I mean, I was still in elementary school back then, right? It's pretty unfair to expect me to remember everything, don't you think? Oh, I can push the right arrow key. Oh, that's nice. True. Especially because we were so young. We've grown a lot in these 6 years. If I hadn't been introduced, I might not even have remembered you. Really? I figured he was Battler right away. That's because he talked about your boobs right away. Then when he opened his mouth, I was sure. Oh, that was before he spoke. Okay. And when he opened his mouth, I was sure. Ugh. I just met him for the first time. I didn't know him 6 years ago. That's right. Maria-sama was... Oh, I forgot about Shannon. Maria-sama was only 3 years old then. Well, the same goes for me. I only knew Maria when she was 3 years old, and since she's grown so big, of course I wouldn't recognize her. You know, that's a really good point. One of my cousins... She's like a half-cousin... like great half cousin niece something or other thing, but because me and my family used to go camping a lot when I was little. Me and my cousins, or me and family friends would go camping when I was growing up, and I remember her being 6 when I was like 11. So now, she would be like in her 20s, and that's fucking weird. I can't even imagine what she'd look like. She's just this little, cute little 6-year-old girl in my head. That's a weird thought. Anyway, after lunch we had all gone out to the beach to walk around, talk, and take it easy. Our parents were apparently having a suspicious, complicated discussion, so we ended up leaving them behind. Well, just as I'd guessed from the start, the conversation focused on me, since I've been away for 6 years. I know that feeling. It's like, everywhere I go, it's like, Melissa just got home from 10 years in Finland. It's like, oh, yes, I have been there for 10 years, yes. And then everyone's like, oh, Finland. I'm like, yes. Finland. The nobody's worn off a little bit for me now. But yes, I was in Finland. But it's funny the things that have changed. It's funny the things that have not changed, and then it's funny the things that have changed. It's almost like a different city that I left. It's interesting. Almost. I mean, there's still a lot that's the same, but yeah. Anyway, still, you've gotten tall. You've really gotten tall. I wouldn't call myself short, but your height really surprised me. I actually didn't realize that Battler was taller than, George. Looks weird, actually. It looks like George should be taller, but Battler is just, like, at the front, even though he's not. It looks like a weird forced perspective thing. I don't know why. Must be the way he's standing or something. That's right. I remember well what Battler Summer was like 6 years ago, but I was surprised even so. Battler is massive, apparently. Yeah, seriously. I can hardly believe this is the same Battler we knew back then. I'm surprised how much everyone remembers about it. My memory's all hazy. Yeah, I'll bet. Looks like it's taken you a while to remember us. You know, that hurts a bit. Come on, this was 6 years ago, right? I'm the one who has it bad, being forced to remember. Are you saying that you can't remember well because it was 6 years ago? I can remember it as clearly as if it happened yesterday. Oh, he suddenly appeared by her side very quickly. Well, your memory's great after all. You remember the kind of things Battler did and said back then pretty clearly, don't you? Come to think of it, that's right. Shannon's memory can be incredible when you least expect it. Ugh, I'm horrible at remembering. I remember fun things, but can't remember boring things at all. Ugh. We all laughed, saying that everyone was like that. Shannon. By the way, what was Battler like 6 years ago? Remember any... well, that was like a Xenagir sound effect. Remember any interesting episodes? Let's see. I'm sure that he said something like this when he left. I'll be back. See you again. I'll surely come for you riding a white horse. Oh, that's not what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be something about boobs. Yeah, stop it. So embarrassing. Sounds just like something you'd say. Yeah, I remember you always used to be full of those stupid lines, Battler. It really does sound like something Battler would have said back then. Ooh, embarrassing? Is that embarrassing? Yeah. Look at his face. Horribly embarrassing. Maria, I'm sure that when you're in middle school you'll want to say embarrassing stuff like that. When that happens, make sure you write it down and read it 3 times before saying it out loud. If you don't, you'll definitely regret it. Still, everyone has to pass through that pitiful period. That's right, that's how you learn your place, learn shame, and become an adult. But yeah, it's one of those bittersweet things everyone does in adolescence as they transition to becoming adults. Memory you just want to forget. Yep, we all have those. Some of us have those from our 20s. After all, this was all stuff I... Oh, it scared me. Just offered €6.03 to the deity Naru. Goodness, why is it coming up in euros? That's weird. It's not supposed to. Unless you specifically paid that amount. I missed the thing. Hold on, let me get to this. I was gonna get sound effects. Ooh, ooh. Oh, I see. It was 10 New Zealand dollars. I see. I don't know why it's coming up in euros. It's really weird. I must have to change something in the settings. Oh, yes, it's probably in my... Oh, might be my Streamlabs settings, but then again, here it says the amount. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I'll have to have a look. Rummage through the couch and 3p and 3 exp. But thank you very much for your donation. Appreciate it. After all, this was all stuff I'd let slip out without thinking, so I didn't remember the words exactly. If you'd also like to donate, there's a link in the description. But now that those words are being recited to me, they were as embarrassing as all hell. I only recently came to understand this weakness and was working hard to avoid such careless outbursts, but I guess I was just born with the habit of speaking without thinking. There's nothing I can do about it. Shannon, do you remember any other embarrassing stuff? Yes, well, I remember a few other things, but... since it looks like the person in question wants to forget them, I think I'll refrain from saying any more. To be brutally honest, I don't remember this at all. Please, don't make me remember. Ooh, Shannon's bullying Battler? Ooh, you can't. You shouldn't bully people. She isn't really bullying him. Let's leave it at that, okay? But Shannon, you'll have to tell me all about it sometime. Battler isn't around. It really sounds like a Xenagoo sound effect. It sounds pretty interesting. Yes, certainly. No, you can't! Shannon-chan! For a while, George Aniki laughed at me, as though warming up for when Shannon-chan would tell him about more of my embarrassing misspeaks. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, sorry. Oh, sorry, I headbutted the mic accidentally. Sorry, my bad. Are you okay? Is everyone okay? George looked like he was flirting with Shannon, but he seemed somewhat open and frank about it. He was always that way with his cousins, but he usually took on a reserved, gentlemanly attitude when he came in contact with the servants. When I thought about it, I got the feeling he was being a bit overly friendly, which seems strange. Oh, I love this theme. I love this theme a lot. Maria started, I thought they said sobbing. Maria started scribbling in the sand with a stick, and George Aniki and Shannon-chan joined in. Oh my god. So my cousin had a beach wedding, right, that I was a bridesmaid in, and she had all these little flower girls that like sat in front of us. And when we were rehearsing it the day before, the tiniest kid, who was 1 year old, I think she was 1.5, she had like a stick. And she was just like flicking sand, and she like flicked the stick and like hit the girl next to her in the face, like right in front of me, and I'm just like, I don't know what to do in this situation. It was really terrible. Then there was crying, and it was great. But I guess at least it happened on the like during the rehearsal and not during the actual day. But it was just like, oh my god, why did she have a stick? Get it away. Oh. I'm really awkward around kids as well. I'm just like, I don't know what to do, because I'm the youngest in my family, and the youngest cousin that I had was like a year or two below me, so it's just like, oh, I don't know. I think I'm getting a little better as I get older, but I'm pretty awkward. One second, I just have to answer my mother. Okay. Sorry. Maria started scribbling in the sand with a stick, and George Aniki and Shannon-chan joined in. This left me and Jessica off to the side, so I asked her secretively. Oops. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Hey, Jessica. Is George Aniki, going out with Shannon-chan? Ooh? What the? How'd you guess? Battler, you've got a keener eye for people than I thought. I mean, it's very obvious. Huh? What? I was just kidding. They're actually going out? Shh. Your voice is too loud. It looks like they're keeping it secret for now, okay? It'd be better if nobody found out about it, especially Aunt Eva. I see. Love with a servant, huh? Yeah, but since when? Phew, I guess a lot can happen in 6 years. But yeah, Aniki's an amazing person, and Shannon-chan seems to be kind and brave, so they might make a pretty good match. Actually, 6 years ago, I remember taking notice of her just a little bit. Yes! Yes! Yes, every time we're on the beach I think of Chrono Cross, actually. Truth be told. Sorry, I'm like, so the texting with my mum is, we're organising going to a movie, so just trying to organise times and stuff. Actually, 6 years ago, I remember taking notice for just a little bit. I see. She really fits well with George Aniki. Nothing I can do about that. Goodbye, my fleeting first love of 6 years ago. Oh. Which means that the collection of embarrassing lines Shannon-chan had just held back on probably had something to do with that. I can't take it. How long have they been going? I mean, how long have they been going out? That depends on what you call going out, but I think it's been at least a year. But if you count the time they both had one-sided feelings, it'll probably be several years. I wouldn't count that, because they're not going... Okay. Before I realized it, the two of them had said, well, for several years they liked each other, but oh, that's terrible. Before I realized it, the two of them had separated themselves from the group and were walking down the beach, talking about something. I mean, like, it's terrible that they both had feelings for each other, but didn't say, so they didn't know. They looked calm. And rather than a light relationship between two lovers, it looked like a more serious one, as though they were already engaged. Foreshadowing. 6 years ago, huh? That's a long time. What do those 6 years mean to me? I've just gotten taller. It's just a waste of time. 6 years I spent obstinately fighting with my dad. What about you, Battler? You got a girlfriend? I wonder. There's a few girls that I have fun with. Yes, sure you do. But there's no only one. I guess I'm just a kid. I think it's more fun to be noisy with a large group of people than being alone with one person. It's such a dumb thing to say. Yeah, okay, Bella, sure, yeah, sure. That's so you, Battler. But take your relationships with your female friends seriously. Yes, when girls get wrong impressions or form a group, it can be scary, you know. Huh? They might be having secret feuds over you behind your back, with people getting hurt or crying. That's so weird. I think I remember getting the same bit of advice from one of the girls in my class just last week. Take care, hoot hoot. Alright, bye Adam Daniels, thank you for coming to the stream. What's this all about? Why can't everyone just have fun together? Do people really want to couple up that much? It's probably because you've never found a partner like that, Battler. Well, you might run into someone sooner or later. You've just got to wait patiently. What? It almost sounds like you've already found a partner. You've already found a partner like that. What about you? Have you gotten a boyfriend? Huh? Me? No? Come on, that reaction's so easy to understand. From the looks of it, there's some boy you're thinking about, but you haven't been able to confess to him yet. Something like that. No, that's not, Shut up! Who cares about that? If you're the one who brought up the subject, why are you yelling at me now? Women are creatures who always ask questions and yet almost never answer them. What cruel creatures, seriously. Women are creatures who always ask questions and yet almost never answer them. Sure. That's a new stereotype. Well, I did try to confess once. Well, I struck out pretty badly. Did you get an I'm sorry? No. Well, my feelings were seriously one-sided, and they didn't really know how to respond, I guess. And it was like they didn't view me that way at all. Well, I can understand that. You talk like a man, after all. Oh my god, why this again? If you don't act a bit more graceful, you won't be able to catch a boy's interest. Yeah, sure, that's how it is. Sure it is. Is it really... Is the way I speak really that bad? Well, how you talk isn't everything, but when people like you, you usually have a rough style of speech. Suddenly you start working hard to talk more normally. What? Suddenly start working hard to talk more normally. Well, there are guys out there whose heart will skip a beat when they see how determined you are. What? Okay. I mean, or she can just wait for the guy who likes her for who she... no? Okay. Is that really true? I see. Yeah. Jessica started talking more meekly, and then her face instantly went slightly red. I see. Even though her confession didn't go well, it looks like she still hasn't given up. But still, I get it. After seeing how close Georgianiki and Shannon-chan have gotten, I also kind of want to find a girlfriend. 6 years. 6 years of puberty are pretty important. And they went by pretty fast. Oh, that's lucky. As the typhoon approached, the clouds grew steadily greyer. But even so, I had this really refreshing feeling. Maybe I'll try thinking more seriously about the opposite sex, more than just the size of their boobs. Wow! Now there's something. Good job. Bella, I'm so proud of you. By the way, looks like Georgianiki's going out with the servant. Don't tell me it's the same for you. Huh? What? Why do you think that? Come to think of it, that kid Kanan-kun had greeted us in a rose garden. You were covering for him pretty intensely, considering he was just a little awkward at talking. No, that's not... Now you're getting paranoid. Then tell me just one thing. A little move close to her. Right now, is the boy you're after within 1 kilometer of the spot? Well, about that, I wonder... Kanakun was the only boy on this island now who could possibly become her boyfriend. So, judging by her reaction, I was right on. I didn't think of the Ushirimiya family as a noble family, but love with the servant. I wouldn't have dreamed that 2 pairs of Romeo and Juliet would be right next to me. Aunt Eva would probably become an obstacle to Georgianiki and Shannon-chan's love. If Aunt Eva ever learnt that Shannon-chan was the partner of her only beloved son, she'd probably scream at her for trying to steal away her precious George. And a relationship between Jessica and Kanakun would probably be just as full of difficulties. Aunt Natsuhi was also very strict about that kind of thing. Oh yes, she would be. After all, Jessica's husband would probably become the head of the Ushirimiya family in the future. If that person had once been a servant, sorry for the sniff, had once been a servant working for the family, well, things would get complicated. Well, love is different for every person. As long as you're with someone who's fun to be around, does anything else matter? And 2 people pair up, they don't need anyone's permission, as long as they accept each other. Worrying about what your parents or family will say means you've already lost. Wait, sorry, let me read this again. It's different for every person as long as you're with someone who's fun to be around. Does anything else matter? I mean, a lot of things matter still. I mean, someone being fun to be around is a good quality, but there's lots of other stuff that also matters. So... But sure, Battler, sure. Because you're the relationship expert. When two people pair up, they don't need anyone's permission as long as they accept each other. I mean, it depends if they're married already or not, but sure. Or together with someone else, or whatever. Or, you know, too young or too old. Anyway, worrying about what your parents or family will say means you've already lost. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. I guess. Depends on the situation, but sure. You better not go out with someone with mixed feelings. That could be good advice, actually. I can't believe you're saying something so philosophical sounding when you haven't even been in love. Don't treat love like a matter of profit and loss. It's about heart. That's all I have to say. Well then, see you again. Have a nice day. George Nissan, Shannon-chan. Oh wait, who's talking? George Nissan, Shannon. Listen. What? This guy? He said another one of those lines. Oh, I thought that was her talking. Oh, wait. Oh, I'm confused. Well then, see you again. Have a nice day. I mean, is that really a line? It's like... Jamatane? Okay. George Nissan... Oh, okay. I didn't say anything. Ah, don't make fun of me. Ooh, I heard it. See you again. For a while, we forgot that the wind was getting stronger and played around on the beach. Oh, I just kicked the mic stand, sorry. I grew a lot these past 6 years, and being able to celebrate my youth and meet with all my cousins was truly refreshing. It was a bit late now, but I realized that I should have gotten back together with everyone a lot sooner and returned to the Ushiromiya family. Sure is nice to have all the cousins together every once in a while. Ooh, I like it too. It's really fun when all the cousins get together. That's right. We're already old enough. It's not like we couldn't meet each other when our parents aren't around. Might not be a bad idea to gather the cousins together and play every once in a while. That's a good plan. Maybe we should set up something like that the next time we get a chance. Yeah, I agree. I hope your cousins can stay friends forever. Hey, if you make such a big deal of it, you almost make it sound like relatives usually end up hating each other. Only in our family. George, Aniki, and Jessica laughed, but it felt just a little strained. Did I say something wrong? Judging by how our parents make quiet expressions and tired faces every once in a while during the boat ride and at the airport, maybe I should have kept that to myself. You're right. It's just like Jessica said. Let's always be friends to each other. Ooh, me too. We're all friends. That's right. Yeah. We'll always be together. We'll always be friends. Oh, don't say that. Man, we've been saying some pretty embarrassing stuff. I feel kind of awkward. But I think it's very important. People are creatures who find it very hard to stay together, much less remain friends, unless they truly desire it. That's right. You really can't take everyone being friendly for granted. Ooh, our witch I know said it. Happiness won't be granted unless everyone believes in it. That's true. Maybe some magic exists in the power of belief.
If we all believe in that, I'm sure it will bring us happiness. Alright. Well, if we're doing embarrassing stuff already, well, let's all swear to believe in this together, okay? That we'll all always be friendly. That we'll always be happy. Like hell we'll end up like our parents. As if we'd ever searched for each other's weaknesses going after grandfather's fortune. Okay, we'll always be friendly and happy. Let's all believe in that. No matter how much we cousins tried to nostalgically have fun, dark clouds continue to approach Rokkenjima. I wonder if the typhoon will pass and let us see the clear skies before we leave this island. Who cares about what our parents are planning? Who cares about the inheritance and the honor of our old family? As useful as we were renewing our old friendship. And we all believed together that we could find happiness. That's why I want this pair of days to end, without anything weird happening, in peace and happiness, and calmly. No, I don't just want them to end. Please, let them end. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, hello. I should have expected you appearing when he was breaking the fourth wall, and yet I did not expect such a loud sound. Oh my goodness. Oh. Should drink so much when I play this game. Water, I mean, not alcohol. Although maybe that too. Let them end. Damn it! Don't show up, don't appear. Damn it, damn it, damn it! Sorry to keep you waiting. I finally prepared a new game. Come, let us begin this tale of tragedy. Come to me, winds, rain, typhoon. Cut this island off from the real world. Throw Rokkenjima into another realm, into the spirit world, into a world of fantasy. Oh, hello, beautiful wave. And so the tale repeated for the third time. However, to an endless witch. What did it matter whether it was the first, second, or third time? It probably didn't matter at all. After all, this was a tale of fantasy, endlessly repeating until the match was settled. Would Battler surrender first, or would the witch? Then the sky grew dark and cloudy, and the rain and wind were summoned together and became a typhoon. Maria could be seen in the rose garden, paying no mind to the rain that had started falling. Going around in circles, searching for that single rose that should have been marked. Should have been marked. I don't know why I thought of Lord of the Rings just then. Not here! Not here! My rose that we marked isn't here! Ooh! Ooh! Maria definitely remembered it. That rose had been in the flower bed right here, and yet it wasn't anymore. She didn't know what to do with her irritation at not being able to find something that should have been there. And moaning bitterly, she couldn't help but keep going back and forth in circles around the same spot. She was acting almost as though she'd be able to see it if she looked at a different angle. But even though she did that, there was no way to find something that wasn't there. The wind grew increasingly strong, and the rain turned into cold, large drops. There was no way even Maria would fail to notice this. However, if she couldn't find her rose here, it would surely disappear forever. Maria believed that. That feeling spurred her on to keep searching for a rose that she had no chance of finding. Just then, the cold drops of rain tormenting Maria were suddenly blocked by an umbrella. Ooh. Maria raised her head. When she did, she saw an umbrella there, protecting her from the rain. It was floating on its own, and it was horrifying. And the one holding out that umbrella was... Mama... Oh, no. The witch she admired, Beatrice. Beatrice! What are you doing so frantically in the middle of all this rain? You could catch a cold like this. Even witches have to care for their own health. I can't find my rose. Ooh, No matter how many times I search, even though it should have been here, I can't find it.
Maria told Beatrice about how there had been a slightly unhealthy, pitiful rose, and that she was sure they had marked it. Oh, so you can't find it? If you are a witch's apprentice, you should use magic to search for the rose. I believe that searching with just your eyes won't be nearly enough.
Ooh, I can't find it. I did my best and tried to search with magic, but I can't find it.
I think practicing your magic is a very good thing, but it might be a little too much for you with all this wind and rain. Allow me to lend you some special power. Concern for one's disciples is also one of the teacher's duties.
Thank you, Beatrice.
Maria's face, which had been full of sadness until just now, split open into a grin. Maria knew. She knew that there was nothing Beatrice's magic couldn't do. So she was sure that Beatrice would be able to find the rose easily, even though Maria couldn't. Beatrice closed her eyes slightly, acting as though she was listening for something in all this wind and rain. Then she heard it, opened her eyes, and spoke. All things in this world are transitory. Too bad, Maria. It seems your rose couldn't withstand all of this wind and rain.
Ooh. Then my rose?
Died. It was uprooted by the wind and is no longer of this world.
Ooh.
What Beatrice had said was quite reasonable. There was nothing odd about the flower being broken off at the stem in the strong wind. However, Maria couldn't accept this and bitterly gave a low-pitched moan.
No.
Oh?
No, no, no. It's my rose. My rose won't come back. No. I'll bring it back to life with magic. With my magic. Beatrice, teach me how to revive a rose with magic.
Ha! It's much too early for an apprentice like you to learn the hidden art of endless magic. Know your place.
Ooh.
Maria wiped the tears from her eyes, full of regret. Beatrice shrugged her shoulders and chuckled at Maria's pitiable expression. Very well. I will lend you my power, the hidden art that can revive a rose.
Really?
Indeed. Well then, concentrate the power of your heart. Close your eyes, forget the rain, forget the wind, and search for the soul of the wandering rose with the eyes of your heart.
Sure, I'll do that. What? Can you say that again? I forgot what you said. Ooh.
Maria closed her eyes.
Ooh.
Maria closed her eyes. Then she repeated Beatrice's song-like words because she has a photographic memory, apparently.
Come, try to remember.
Ooh, is this music?
Rose, what form did you have?
Oh, sorry, that was her. Oh, I see. Come, try to remember, Rose, what form did you have?
Come, try to remember. Rose, what form did you have?
Don't look, don't listen, and believe. Release the power of your soul from the cage of flesh that imprisons it. That's it. Good. Around Maria, who was concentrating her power, her eyes tightly shut, small golden butterflies began to dance. Was this the manifestation of the magical power Maria held? Lost soul of the rose. Gather into one and remember your form. Come, gather, remember. The glitter of the gold butterflies began to strengthen, and their numbers increased. Then Beatrice raised a finger to the skies, and they began to gather at the tip of that finger. This was the miracle of the golden magic. The gold butterflies began to condense into a single dazzling grain of gold. It was a single glittering gold seed.
It rode on the tip of Beatrice's finger, budded into a golden sprout, and opened into a golden leaf. It then slowly fell from their fingertips, sank into the mud of the flower bed, and began to grow steadily. Maria, who admired magic and the witch, really wanted to see this fantastical sight. However, as an apprentice, Maria was still not qualified to see it. No, she was probably afraid that if she opened her eyes to look, the power that she had concentrated in her heart would be cut off, and the magic would be lost. Therefore, Beatrice, as the only one permitted to witness this golden miracle, was the only witch, the sole master of many miracles. Oh, was the only witch, the Volvo. Wait, what? Okay. Then the fully grown rose bloomed, creating one golden flower. And when Beatrice poked it with her finger in just the right way, the gold-coloured sparkles scattered, just as if a golden soap bubble had popped, and what remained was a single beautiful rose. It looks like you've remembered a splendid rose. However, if we just leave it mixed in with these other roses, you won't be able to tell it apart. Shall I perform one last service? Beatrice, for the sake of her acute apprentice who was moaning even more now on concentration, decided to use one more bit of magic. When she snapped her fingers, a single gold butterfly appeared, fluttered around, and landed on the flower that had just revived. Then it suddenly burst open and disappeared, becoming golden lace and marking the rose. That will do. Maria, you may open your eyes now. Where's the rose? It's not here. Not here. Not over there. Over here. Look, I've marked it with golden lace. Wow, you did! Awesome, 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 awesome! Thank you, Beato. Thank you, Beato. I want to become a witch quickly, a great witch like you. And you can. Long ago, I too wished for that innocently, just as you do, and I have attained that level. Maria was ecstatic over the revived rose, clapping her hands and jumping around in joy. Watching that, Beatrice also smiled, looking fairly pleased. By now I can break and repair any soul if I try, not just that of a rose, and kill and revive as I pleased. Come, the barrier of the storm has now sealed Rock and Jima off from the natural world. Now is the time for the golden witch Beatrice to descend as an endless witch. Beatrice pulled from her pocket an envelope with the family crest, the one-winged eagle, and gave it to Maria. Maria frolicked around it, being selected to be the witch's messenger. So, Kinzo, I've come to join in on your fun once more. I don't know who's talking. My preparations are already complete. What of you? Have you prepared enough coins to bet in... Oh, that's not her talking then. Have you bet... I don't know who's talking there. Have you prepared enough coins to bet in tonight's game? Maybe it is her. Of course, I'm fully prepared, Beatrice. I've assembled a plethora of pieces. I am ready both physically and mentally. So then, let us make the ante. All that you have given should be returned to you in the end. Come, take it. Oh god, Kinzo flung the window of his study open wide, took off the valuable golden ring that had been on his finger, and threw it into the darkness of the raging wind and rain. Is that necessary? The ring was struck by lightning, and after twinkling gold for an instant, disappeared. Kinzo watched it go, grinning broadly and fearlessly. I don't think I'll lose. You are mine. Forever. Fucking crazy old man. Oh. 1 moment. I'm gonna go get a glass for my drink. Because drinking out of the bottle is dumb. Alright, I'm back. Oh, I'm back. Oops, sorry, I hit the mic 6. Alright. Alright. Thank you for waiting. Appreciate your patience. The ring that Kento had thrown became a single gold butterfly and fluttered around in the wind and rain. It headed for the rose garden, almost as though it was being guided there. It then found the figure of the golden witch and fluttered down. When it came down right in front of Beatrice, it burst open and returned to its original form, flying through the air. The way it was going, you would have expected it to fall into a puddle, but it stopped suddenly in midair. Almost as if some transparent person had caught it. Apparently even Beatrice hadn't expected this. However, she realized who it was, and grinned broadly at it. Hello. As she did, the shadow of the person who had caught the ring began to fuzzily appear. Who the hell is this? It was the figure of a young man wearing a butler's uniform embroidered with the one-winged eagle crest. There was no man like this among the servants of the Usurumiya family. No. Even so, Beatrice laughed as though it was someone she remembered fondly. Ronave, is it? It's been quite some time. Seems you have remembered me. You were always a man who took loyalty seriously. It has been quite some time since your last correspondence. Not for a single day have I, Ronave, forgotten that I serve you, milady. I was more afraid that you'd forgotten about me. After all, you can be quite forgetful. Her face. I see. Yes, I certainly am forgetful. I'd forgotten even your sarcasm until I heard it again. Milady, take this. With an exaggerated yet elegant gesture, he bowed respectfully and held out to Beatrice the head ring that he'd just caught. It is the Ushiromiya family head ring, returned to you from Ushiromiya Kenzo. It is now once again in the possession of its master. Indeed. This is Kenzo announcing the start of the game. Of course I'll accept it. So, how shall we play tonight? Shall I prepare the roulette immediately? Or shall I prepare some black tea first? I can't decide which. But first, I need you to greet someone. I'm sure that guy's got his mouth hanging open and can't shut it. Right, Battler? Greetings. Holy crap, it's Laguna! That's who that reminds me of. Yes. Greetings. Allow me to introduce myself. I am called Ronove, and I serve at the side of Milady Beatrice. It is truly a pleasure to meet you. See? His mouth's hanging open and he can't shut it, right? Yeah, no shit. Another incomprehensible guy just showed up. First I grumbled about goat-headed people doing the Bond dance, and then goat-heads start showing up in swarms. Since then, not only have those 7 ass Nair-sons appeared, but now there's even a butler. Doesn't make sense. Cut it out. Or face. By the way, Battler, did you notice? Did you realize that meeting him is a true devil's proof? Devil's proof? What do you mean? He may not look it, but this guy is one of the 72. A genuine demon. In other words, I've brought a demon right in front of you, which truly proves that they exist. Ronove holds a noble rank in hell, the 27th highest ranked great demon. He's a pretty useful man. I summoned him at high cost and made him serve me. It is an honor to meet you. While my name is amongst those of the nobles of hell, I now serve as the head furniture of Beatrice Summer, who, despite being a vulgar human, is a great witch of she's a human. Is a great witch of such caliber that demons flee before her. He's a very useful man, but he's impudent with his words. Frustratingly enough, he sometimes forgets to respect his master. Nothing in my contract specifies the manner in which I am to speak. Would you like to change the contract? Would you like to change that contract? It keeps me entertained, so that's fine. Beatrice turned her back to him, cackling. After bowing once to her back, Ronove turned back to Battler and stuck out his right hand, showing off an innocent smile. Normally this would mean that he was asking for a handshake. Oh. Look, what is that supposed to be? I am another who has been subjected to Milady's whims. In that sense, I am sure we could become good friends. This is a handshake of friendship. Of course, this in no way implies your entry into a contract with the demons, so fear not. Sorry, but I'm right in the middle of a big fight with your master. I only shake hands with an enemy after we've beaten each other up in a rainy schoolyard and are all worn out, like something you'd see in a teen drama. Remember that. I see. To shake hands with you, Battler Summer, I must create a fighting atmosphere in a suitable location, exchanging sweet words and physical language with you that rings true to your heart. And when the opportunity arrives, I shall arrange for such an encounter. That sounds beautiful. Let's do that. Sounds angsty to me. I must say, I simply love situations like that myself. Love situations like that myself. Coo. Okay. As the runaway laughed tauntingly, he whispered to Battler, bringing his face so close that their noses were almost touching. Battler, his face turned red after getting so close to another of the same. That's good. Battler, his face turning red after getting so close to another of the same sex, pushed him away. The truth comes out. You're a creepy bastard. I see. Just right for Beato's butler. It is an honor to receive such words of praise. I'm very confident in my tea brewing abilities, so please look forward to tea time. Baking cookies is one of my hobbies, so please feel free to request any snacks you may desire. Just what I'd expect from a pair of the same gender. You've started getting along well right off the bat. I'm jealous. My. I apologize for making you jealous, my lady. It's not my fault I'm gay. I shall not sneakily snatch your guest away from you. Well then, I will leave for now to retake my post as head furniture and greet my subordinates. Please forgive my short absence. Indeed. Only the common goats and the seven sisters used for the ceremony have manifested themselves. You will be able to finish greeting them in no time. Oh? Those lively seven sisters are here. I wonder if those naughty girls have grown a little more graceful. If that's graceful, I'll have to doubt the definition of the word graceful. Is that so? Then I suppose you've already had the opportunity to play with those sisters. Judging by your expression, it would seem they're just as naughty as always. Even though I'm always telling them to act more fitting as servants of Beatrice. What troublesome kids. If that's your problem, don't worry. I usually act perfectly fitting for their master. Now even you have begun to say it. However, the conversation means that you accept your partner. The fact that you've started to respond to my idle chatting proves that you are gradually starting to accept my existence. That's because even if the sun starts rising from the west, I will definitely, absolutely never accept that you're a witch. You might want to try a more positive approach, like crying and kissing my shoes. Even if Battler was bluffing, he still spoke forcefully, a fearless expression on his face. The witch and her butler snickered together, realizing that their guest had regained more than enough of his power to attend to a new game, and that preparations were complete. After Runaway exchanged a few words with Beatrice, he bowed silently to Battler, scattered into several gold butterflies, and disappeared. Zoop, just like that. It is truly pleasing to have such a boisterous atmosphere. How boring were the days when I was trapped alone on this island, unable to regain my power and lacking anyone to talk to. I get how that unpleasant guy is really fitting as your butler. But tell me, why has that butler only appeared now? You said something about how only the goats and the Nerchans are the seven stakes that manifested themselves. What did that mean? Indeed. You still resist, but I am a fully fledged witch. I am in contact with several non-human entities in the spirit world. I'll bet. No sane person would hang out with you. First some goat monsters, then those arse Nerchans, and this time a demon butler showed up. I hate to think about it, but the way things are going, I wouldn't be surprised if even more weird people appeared. Among the furniture that work at my great golden mansion, how many demons do you think want to come over and play? They will keep coming. Many of them will appear. When the door to the Golden Land is opened, I will call back all of my furniture and build my new castle here on Rokkenjima. Then I plan to invite all of my old friends, and we will drink and dance together for 3 days and 3 nights. Of course, I also plan to invite Kinzo's family, you see? You too, if you wish. So is this what you mean? That since you lost your power for a long time, you couldn't summon them? And then, since your magic power has been gradually increasing, you've become able to summon more and more monsters? It is as you say. You stopped a hair's breadth before crumbling. But your heart is already wavering, and you're unable to deny that I'm a witch. Then, wavering in your heart... Oh, that wavering in your heart has been slowly restoring my power as a witch. So, are you trying to say that creepy butler appeared because I started to surrender? That's right. Bit by bit, you were surrendering to me. Isn't all that humiliation you suffered in the last game a result of you submitting to me so deeply? Wasn't it great when you had to sacrifice your back for the sake of my feet? Damn it. I thought I'd be able to keep things as they were as long as I didn't accept you. It looks like that was wrong. Correct. The closer you get to surrendering, the more the game will swing in my favor. Isn't chess the same? In the process of cornering each other's kings, we trade several pieces. Of course I still haven't cornered your king. And furthermore, you're giving it everything you've got just to help your king escape, and have lost several pieces to me, as well as a large advantage. It is only natural that further developments will tend to turn in my favor. Damn! What is that? He's just got his hand out. Damn. From now on, you will probably be frantic as you try to avoid my checkmate. However, as you do, I will steal your pieces from you one by one. In the end, you'll have lost everything but your king, and you won't be able to escape no matter how much you try. Then you will receive a true checkmate. You were talking big last time, weren't you? Something about how you'd never accept me and would torment me with eternal torture. Only witches who have reached their endless level can talk about eternity. That's been beyond you ever since the very beginning. Oh, the theme is so good. It's so good. Oh. But... Wait, let's have a look. Yes, but... Oh, okay. But... I'm gonna have to stop this episode here. I mean, this stream here. Unfortunately, I would love to continue on. But, I have to go see The Lion King with my mother, so I have to stop. I wasn't planning on it today, but this is the only day she can go, so... But, sorry it was a short-ish stream. Next week I'll try to stream longer. But, sad face. Yes. But, thank you everybody for coming, to watch the stream. Lots of people here today. It was good. A couple new people. Or at least one new person, I think. New person. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you again to all my patrons, and thank you to everybody for coming and talking and stuff. Yeah, my patrons, look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Look at those beautiful names. Yes. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I hope that it was all good. It sounded all fine, and the levels and I wasn't too echoey and stuff, because this room is massive. Well, it's not massive, it's got a very high ceiling, so hopefully I sounded all fine, everything's good. Yeah, so next week I'll try to stream a bit longer. I'll also try to get a Trails episode out. I've been taking 1,000 years to edit those, because they take 1,000 years to edit, so... And I've been busy and stuff, so... But yeah, I hope you all have a good rest of your Sunday. And, I'll see you next week. I'll play more of this next week. Yeah. So, I'll see you, later. I might change my stream day to Friday, maybe. To, like, Friday evening. Like, your Friday evening. Like, I mean, like, America/Canada's evening on a Friday. But I don't know if people would be too tired to watch that. and it would be really late for Europe. But it would be a Friday, so maybe it wouldn't matter. Whereas, like, it being late on a Sunday might be more of an issue for people in Europe. I mean, so I could potentially do that. I might make a new poll for my patrons about it. So if you want to vote in the poll, you know what to do. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.